Yeah, at the bar radio.
I'm kicking Philly, man. At the bar radio, man. Right.
Same story, nigga. Oh shit. Sorry, I let the brother story, nigga. Where your bitch at?
Already?
Hey man, we late. Gotta get it in.
You know, it didn't matter what time, but
Already?
you was still gonna do that regardless.
True, true.
Hey, Tony. You made this?
I don't know this person. Have you heard of Telegram app? Text them. And some random person, some dude named Andre Red Cat, that's his profile picture. Bitch. Your life. Get it together. Get it together. Yeah. That's what I said. I had to click on it to make sure it was real. See, it's a cat. I don't know you. Then look, it asked for I'm gonna add it to block. Oh, look. There you go. Fish chat.
Danger, danger.
Forgot what I did. I'm so sorry for smoking.
They'll be at a swap.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. We are back. We are back. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo.
It is the
we are
World War
back. We are
Dangerous
back.
podcast. It is B151. We got Lady Antoinette in the building.
Hello, hello.
And
It is the World's Most Dangerous
Yeah,
Podcast.
I see.
We got Lady Antoinette in the
Already.
building.
What the fuck's going on, people? We a little, you know,
We
a
got
little
the mad
lifted
type
right now,
CP3
having a
We-
good time.
we?
Hey, look, we're a group.
Oh.
We're a unit.
So what you do, we have to do?
Hey, when
No.
y'all, yeah, yeah,
No.
we're all in the same game.
I
You know
beg
what
to
I'm
differ.
saying? We in the building though, gonna have a good show,
What you do, we have
fun show, cause who knows what the fuck might happen tonight?
But we got a lot to talk about tonight.
Oh, definitely.
We're going to play some independent music. We're going to give our take on some social events going on. And we got a lot to talk about tonight.
And I'm sure we're
We're
gonna
gonna play some
somebody
independent music. We're gonna give our take on
We have
some
to.
social events going on.
Where's your voice? The show
And,
ain't even. We ain't even 5 minutes into the show.
and I'm
Your
sure we're
voice
gonna
has
insult
changed 3
somebody
times.
I just told you it's gonna be a wild show,
Wild
dog.
cold.
Shit, look, man.
Why's your voice?
Try
The
to tell
show
you
ain't
ahead of
even.
time,
We ain't
y'all
even
don't
5
wanna
minutes into the show.
We don't
your
want to
voice
listen to
has
what
changed
we
3
telling
times
you.
already.
We already know how you are.
All right, so just
You ain't
ride.
even had to look it yet.
So exactly, so just ride the wave, baby. Just ride the
What?
wave. Ride the wave.
You need a nap.
I
ain't even had to look at you.
Right now, you in your very white moment.
I am a
Like-
little sleepy, but you
like-
know,
like
A
I'm
little
little
good.
sleepy.
Yeah, man.
So we gonna get sleepy drunk one?
Man, you know that's when the
Mic a little
craziness
closer.
come
Right
out.
now, you in your very white
Yeah,
moment. Like you trying to.
So, are you gonna start off with some sports and insults?
Oh, you want to start already? I thought we was gonna holler at Lady Antoinette. You know,
Oh, I mean, you could be that you go.
No, I'm just saying. I know she, you know, she had her nice
You gonna start
brunch
us off with
excursion, so
some
we always get some good stories.
Excursion?
Yeah, you know, it's like a monthly excursion. You go to brunch,
Oh,
and then
I
you know
mean, usually
sometimes
you let
forget
you
what
go
time
first,
brunch
then
is
lady-
over, and you know.
Okay, let's-
So I know we had some. I know it had to be something that happened this time.
No,
Nothing.
it was very nice. I got to see some of the other side in their element, at the little ice skating area.
Oh, you saw the white people.
The other side, their
Ice cream
element,
people.
in their element, and they were, you know, on the
Caucasian?
ice. That was very
Oh, you saw the white
entertaining. Watching everyone
cream
on
people?
the ice with the little kids
The Caucasian.
skating,
Were you watching to see if anybody fall?
huh?
Of
Were you
course.
watching to see if anybody fall?
What you say?
Hope we got
I
some
think that
footage.
actually yes.
We want some footage posted later on,
Were you
maybe.
watching to see if anybody
I didn't
fall?
have any footage, however, it
Were you
was quite
watching to see if
entertaining.
anybody falls?
I mean, but at the
I
same
think that
time,
as a
while I'm
yes.
sitting there looking at them, my homegirl,
That's
we
what
were
I do.
leaving, and she had tripped up a little bit. But, I mean, hey, it happens.
Did you laugh at your friend?
Yes, and
So
then
she was on
went
the
down
ice.
memory lane about, you know, other situations where she
Did you laugh at your
took a
friend?
tumble.
Yeah, I want to get back to this fall. So was she on the ice or anything,
No,
or she
no,
fell
no,
because
no.
of
First
some
of all,
other
we
reason?
went to brunch.
Mhm.
We were not going to be on the ice after brunch.
Mhm. So she
Disaster.
fell for some other reason.
Because she was okay. So if you're down on the waterfront, it's not like concrete sidewalk. It's like the bricks, you know, the little.
Yeah, so like a hill got caught or something.
Well, not maybe it caught it a little bit.
Get to the bottom involved with
No,
the
it
hill.
wasn't.
Why are you even?
It was like under her heel. It was like a catch, you know,
Oh, yeah,
like the
catch.
the
Like the
brick.
Long Island
The
iced tea
brick
catch.
Why are you
came
even
up a little bit,
entertaining
and then
this
it said,
madness?
Like a bottomless mimosa catch.
I mean, yes, the place has bottomless mimosa.
I figured that. I figured that was
they had
the
that.
element of the fall.
And I have a video. I'll show y'all later. But it's this drink I always get from there. It's not part of the
Oh, that's what's up, there.
bottomless mimosas or anything like that. But it's like smoking and bubbling and stuff. I can't remember the name of this party on my receipt.
Would they put that nitro in there or something?
Yes.
What's the point of that? This bartender. I just want to know what's the
Well,
point.
first of all, that type of drink
Mm.
is that bubbling and all that stuff. You can get the same effect without all of that stuff. It just makes it pretty, and everyone turns their heads when you get that drink. But it's a good tasting drink too. You know, but you have some drinks that you gotta light on fire.
Yeah, I never. I mean, if I gotta do all that, yeah, I'm like,
You don't
I'm just
have
drinking
to.
this motherfucker. I don't need a show performed for me to take a drink.
You might as well. I mean, as much as they're gonna charge for these things, you might as well get it as some sort of entertainment.
I guess. Yeah, you
You
got a point.
guess.
Yeah, you got a point, I guess. But I don't normally get those drinks, so.
Yeah, we went to good old Georgetown, so that was nice.
Yeah, that's
You see any Hoyas?
I'm sorry, right now.
You see any Hoyas?
What is that? What's a Hoya? I mean, I know the
You see any Hoyas?
theme.
You see
Outside of that,
any Hoyas?
what is that?
No, I was thinking.
But I've been trying to get y'all to go to this lovely establishment.
Yeah, it's just Georgetown.
It was at the grilling day.
Yeah, today was.
I could try. I
It
mean,
was nice. It was nice. Though.
I mean, unlimited mimosas, you got me right there.
Yeah, crab.
That's-
Got me.
That's be a 4-hour
Day.
event.
They have all types of food.
I mean,
They have,
unlimited mimosas, you got me right
and it's
there.
all you can eat
That's
as well.
that could be a 4-hour event for me.
And you have to go to like a little room where, not a bad one. I had to look at you, and not a bad one.
Little, man.
But
Fuck.
this is where they would serve those things to you. Like if you want an omelet,
A
you
little
tell them what you
room.
want in your omelet, they're cooking it right there, serving that to you.
In a little room. Boy, no.
But it's a room. The doors are always open.
Oh, okay. So yeah, some human trafficking shit.
No.
Yeah,
going on.
flashbacks.
I'm just checking, man. You know,
But that's all
Georgetown.
I said not a bad room.
Yeah,
I had to look
you
at
know,
you because I really was talking to
you
them.
know, hey, man, a lot of crazy
Yeah,
stuff going on in
flashbacks.
Georgetown.
Well, not this type of thing, but they have like tacos, they have waffles, and fruit, and crab legs, shrimp,
We don't have
oysters.
typicals.
No.
We can always incorporate that later.
But I will say that although this is considered an upscale place,
They don't have stripper
Oh,
posts.
shit. Oh,
it's
shit.
considered an upscale place. Although they have regular tablecloths on the table.
Oh, boy.
Occasionally, you will get a crowd
Ratchet.
that
Nigga.
may seem a little out of place,
Mm-hmm.
and we experienced that today.
Oh, dang. See, I knew we had a
Someone's
story.
birthday.
I
Ratchet.
knew we had a story.
And when I sat down, and okay, so I came in, we had to like wait maybe 5 minutes. Not even, I don't even think it was 5 minutes for my tables to be ready. The gentleman that was sitting right near us, he reminded me of this guy. I think his name is James Wright. He is like a YouTuber who got fame when Patty
The Patty
Patty
Box man.
right. You remember him? Have you that black guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's also really tight with Tamar Braxton. So
The Patty
the
Pie
guy
thing?
reminded me of him. So, you
Yeah.
know, he
Yeah.
obviously James is very flamboyant. But this guy was too. But he real, you know, he was chill. Seemed a little classy, you know. He seemed like he had some class to him. So him and myself and my friend were sitting there waiting on our tables, and then that group, they were just screaming and hollering,
No.
like, and this is like a large place, and we could hear them, and it was just really loud. Like everybody turned and looked. Now I'm gonna admit, most of the time when you go on a Sunday for brunch, the majority of the people at this establishment are like us, okay? Okay, African American, Black, however you want to identify yourself. Some people have issues with either or, but plain and simple, a group of Black girls celebrating somebody's birthday. They sang "Happy Birthday" about 5 times.
Hmm.
They did the
Did you
Stevie,
get a version?
they did the Stevie Wonder version. They did the Happy Birthday, regular Happy Birthday. Then they
Did
did
they
the
get a version?
toast. Okay, now it's a specific toast that people do when they go to the bar. Okay, and usually you do this toast when you're taking shots. Don't know if they had shots. I didn't really care enough to look at their hands, but I heard the toast. This toast was not appropriate for the establishment that you were at. You gotta know what you. So somebody taught them this toast, and they decided we can do this toast anyway.
Was anybody twerking?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
And but the toast, yes, the toast in this particular toast,
Was anybody
there's a lot of
twerking?
curse words. Okay. In the toast, mind you, you have. I'm not exaggerating, probably like 20 people. Okay. Doing this toast, yelling at the top of their lungs. And like I said, it has quite a few curse words in it.
What was the thing?
The toast, you don't know the toast? When you taking a shot and you end with a lot of MFs, heifers, I'm not gonna do the toast because I'm trying to.
I just want to
Oh no, I'm not doing it. You're not about to get me like that. But here's the problem.
I don't know the toast.
Good job, Paige.
But anyway, the toast was not appropriate at that place. and you
Good
take
job, Dave.
people to these wonderful establishments. And I'm not saying be somebody other than yourself, but at the same time, know where you're at, and you can't do the same thing everywhere. You know what I mean? Are you gonna go to church and start twerking and think it's acceptable?
Some people might.
This
They might think it is, but somebody about to tell you it's not.
But see, this goes into a conversation I had a long time ago when dealing with folks from different areas, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. And I would tell some of my folks, like, I would rather go out of town for some of my folks from Virginia than with these DC, Maryland motherfuckers, because y'all don't know how to adapt in y'all environment. Y'all want to be a DC nigga everywhere. You want to stand on the corner everywhere and smoke weed in the street, like, no matter where the fuck you at. But a Virginia nigga, because he's already been suppressed by the feds for his whole fucking life, he knows how to adapt to his environment.
That was so petty.
But it's the truth.
You do anything.
Raise your hand if you don't feel like I'm some back in.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you don't
And
feel
like I
I'm
said,
black.
Northern Virginia, yeah, man, Northern Virginia is a whole different
So we been
beast,
a
man.
blast.
It's like Silver Spring. It's a whole different beast.
Right.
Both places I done been harassed and had the Rainbow Coalition of police come out on me, a white one, black one, Asian one, Puerto Rican one, all of them.
What were you doing?
Something he wasn't supposed to.
Well, when I was in Northern Virginia, I was actually just going to work. I was, DWB is still a crime, driving while black.
What were you doing?
Well, I was in the wrong. I was in.
What had happened was.
Yeah, I was in the wrong because I had a legal tent, so that was the reason why they pulled me over.
And you knew when you got to.
I had it whenever I got pulled over. I had someone that I could get to sign the ticket, so I was.
So here's my thing. Just like they
And you
not,
knew when you got
they
the
supposed to
tent,
understand this
correct?
surrounding. They have that with your little tent. Yeah, you had to know.
It was a Friday night. I was at the strip club. Somebody hit me up about coming through to come see him. So alcohol was involved. I was at the strip club, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'm on my way." And then proceeded. What I didn't get locked up, bro. So that was.
I would hope not for tent. You would have had to do something else to get locked
It was
up.
other stuff I'm not going into that happened after that. But that was a precipitating
course.
event that led to what had happened.
Okay.
And me not going to Montgomery County for almost 8 years just because I didn't want that to happen again.
You'll boycott an area in a heartbeat.
You fucking right. You have a bad experience. I ain't going back there. Yeah, you fucking right.
Well, those young
boycotting
ladies,
him. So
those young ladies were doing a toast that you would do in a bar at a restaurant, establishment. But that's not really. It's not the right place to do it.
So I don't want to, did you see like a couple of years ago, it was in Atlanta, where the restaurant owner had came out and it was girls like wilding out and doing that, and they were twerking,
Yep.
and then the restaurant, they filmed them
And he
this
went
is how to
off on
play.
him.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Do you feel like he was in the right?
I supported him to a degree. I feel like his delivery could have been a little more tactful, but he won't mind.
I remember that.
You want mine?
This ain't what you were saying. This is not the place
Not
for
the
that.
place.
You take that somewhere else, and they were saying, "Well, we're going to leave, and we're never coming back." And
That's
he said something to the
fine.
effect of, "Yeah, that's good."
Because that's not that type of establishment. That's my thing. And in his case, he was a black business owner, and he was trying to provide fine dining to the community. And these women came in there. They were acting a fool. They were twerking. I think somebody was like standing on the chair or the table or something. It was horrible. And I would have, yes. They needed to, somebody needed to go off on them, and it was an embarrassment. And I feel like for us, in today, it was like, first of all, the majority of the patrons, the majority of the customers were black. But the staff ain't. You know that how they looking at us. Right. And when you do something like that, unfortunately, with other races, and we know this, unfortunately, when you look at, if it was a group of white people, right? It's a restaurant filled with white people, and it was white people doing it. They wouldn't have looked down upon white people as a whole. But we don't have that luxury.
Blah, blah, blah. But when it's us, it's like,
Well,
but that's that is.
the thing about
They
that
think
is-
we all ratchet like that.
think about that is it's the time and place for everything. So when Black GOP passed, we had a
Well,
my
The thing
friends
about
and
that
them put
is-
together like a memorial.
The thing about that is, it's a time and
concert
place for
for-
everything. So
and then, like, somebody else
when
would sit there and
Black
watch
GOP
it.
passed, we
So
had
there was a group, there was a dude,
my friends and them. We
him
put
and his
together like a
girl was there.
memorial
and
concert for, and then
the
like somebody
bartender
else had since
Tizzle
that
had made some
passed.
drinks,
So there was
And they got
a
twisted.
group, there's a dude,
and they
and
started
him and
having
his girl was there.
simulated sex on the
And
bar. So
the bartender Tizzle had made
when
some
they asked
drinks.
me, I was like,
and they
yo,
got
I
twisted.
looked at Sergeant Q, I was
They
like, yo,
started having
something's
simulated sex on the bar.
So-
So
told them to stop. Then they started doing it.
when they asked me, I was like, "Yo," I looked at
So I
Sergeant
happened
Q. I
to
was
turn
like,
around and I was just
"Yo,
like,
tell him to stop."
Q looked at me and
So-
I was like, yo, you niggas
I told him to stop.
Right.
Then they started
Out,
doing
make
it
it
on,
up.
near the stage where
And
the
he was
people was
like,
performing.
the
So
guy
I happened to
told
turn
me to
around and I was
get
just
out.
like,
Yeah.
Q
And he
looked
was
at
like-
me and I was
and
like,
one of the dudes was like, that's my
"They gotta
partner.
go."
I need him on
And
stage.
he was
And I was
like,
like,
yo,
you should have told him
the guy
that before
told
he
you
got
this.
drunk, and I don't care.
Right.
And it was like, and
And
one
it
of the
was
dudes
just like, I
was like,
you know, we're
"That's my
honoring some
partner.
people.
I
And
need him
we
on
have other
stage." And I was
artists
like,
here,
"Well, you should have
and
told
you're
him that
messing it
before
up
he
for
got
everybody
drunk, and
because
I
you're doing
don't
hot
care."
stuff
Right.
And it was just like, I was like, you know, we're honoring some people,
And that's our thing.
and
Like,
we have other artists here,
people
and
go to a
you're messing
specific
it up for
type of
everybody because you're doing
establishment, they're
hot
going
stuff and
to get
and
a
you
certain
being
type
drunk.
of experience.
I was like, nah, he got to
You're
go.
taking away from that experience. You're taking away from that experience. If you want to be ratchet, fine, that's cool. You want to twerk and dance all over the place, and there are places for that.
Yeah, I mean,
Like I said, the toast that they were doing it's supposed to be done at a bar. This wasn't a bar. There was no bar. Well, there technically
Yeah, I
was a
mean,
bar, but that's not.
not their vibe.
You,
That should've
you're
been
at your
after.
table.
I should have been here after.
I mean,
But and it's like I said, it's embarrassing. And then everyone who's there,
Not the
we're at
environment,
this
yeah.
restaurant, right? We want a specific environment.
I mean,
The
it's
restaurant outside of them was just it's quiet. You might hear people talking and stuff, but it's a nice atmosphere, nice environment, and then you got all this ratchetness. And then, like I said, they had to sing "Happy Birthday" like 5 times. It was for one person.
We're having a really happy birthday.
What I was wondering when y'all going to y'all next place, because I know y'all going somewhere else. Please go somewhere else. Man.
Was they on?
We're having a really happy birthday.
You gonna?
Look, man, I always sniff it, man, and see what it smells like, man.
I'm gonna be quiet.
What?
I'm gonna be quiet after
Gotta
what you
sniff
just
it. You gotta sniff it before you taste it.
Let the internet. First of all,
Quality point.
so let the internet. You didn't know we saw the whole
Let
the whole
internet.
thing
First
that you
of all,
did.
Yeah.
So first of all, he's going to cut like 17. Like,
so let the internet.
And that's
I
and
don't
you
know,
hear
so
this?
the whole.
You understand
whole
what I
thing
go
that he
through? 'Cause
did.
sometimes,
So first of
especially
all,
if you
you
have a
doing the
guest
cup like
in
17 times.
you'll be
Like it's a
focused
Make a
on
Wish
me after
Foundation.
this stuff like this. And why? And I can see everything he's doing. I can see it in my eye. That's why eventually I just turned like, for real. Because I tried to ignore it.
and then he looked like he's about to drink it, and then he sniffed it.
Right.
That's why eventually I
That's exactly right.
It's crazy.
real.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it tastes like
And then he,
sweet tea,
and then
but
he's
it
like,
also
he's
tastes
about
like
to drink
butter.
it, and then he sniffed it.
I don't normally drink flavored
That is
liquors.
not
I'm a creature of
So
habit.
question.
Yeah.
If they tell you it tastes like cherry, what you think it's going to taste like?
I don't know. I'm gonna find
Why
out.
don't you?
Just because it's got a label to say that shit is what it's gonna be.
But it shouldn't be a shock when the label is real. And it says it's made with real tea leaves. Did you read it? You didn't know that investigating
I
here.
don't read.
See,
When
that's
I'm
what
just.
you don't read.
Look.
Right. Yep.
It's on the table. It's at the bar. When in Rome, goddammit, when in Rome. When I'm at the bar, I don't ask to read the bottle. Give me a shot of 1738. Thanks.
So when you go to the bar, you sniffing and blowing into the cup?
Sometimes
Wow.
I don't give a fuck. It's a routine. It's what I do.
That's what
Certain shit that I do.
That's
Scratch
a
my
weird-
lip.
You're a weirdo.
Sometimes I gotta scratch my left nut before I take a shot. You never know.
That's disgusting. We will not be one of the bar.
Why is your voice?
Make sure you don't dap nobody.
Right?
You
Ew.
know
They
what?
clean.
You cannot touch my cup.
They clean. Though. Keep them clean.
I'm supposed to know.
So
We
you
don't
don't
want
dap
to know.
nobody with that.
You touch that bottle.
Hand sanitizer. Well, ball sanitizer. It's as good as hand sanitizer.
But
Just use it
from
for your
now
ball.
on, you cannot touch the. Matter of fact, I'll pour you
Sanitize
drink
before you
for
touch
it.
that bottle.
How come you didn't do it after that?
But
I
he
wanted
said
to
he
taste this first. I want to see what it tastes like first. You know, I don't drink vodka like that, so you know, I'm trying to be a
But
connoisseur.
you poured a whole lot for a
Do
taste.
half and half.
It's a long show.
Yeah, you put with that one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a real long show. You over here
Hey man,
sniffing.
might start breakdancing on there, man. Never know.
Nikolai,
Yeah,
what
you
you
gotta
got
put
for
with
us?
that one.
Oh boy, let me pull this article up.
Um,
Yeah, let me pull this up because this is, you know, we're going to
Sniffle
talk
Lot,
about the
what
war
you
in
got for
Russia
us
and
for
everything
sports?
that's going on. But
It's not in Russia.
I mean,
shit.
with Russia and Ukraine, I'm sorry,
All on you, ain't it?
bruh. You know, see, now you feel my. Thank you, my brother. Somebody finally
He
feels
always
my
saying that
pain.
because he your friend.
Somebody finally feels my damn pain, boy.
He didn't say he felt it.
He acknowledges what I go through on a weekly basis. Thank you, my brother. We're going to definitely speak about the situation with the Ukraine and Russia right now. But what was it, Friday? Some of the DC sports media asked Alex Ovechkin some questions about the war and everything because he's been a Putin supporter, which pretty much, if you're Russian, you have to be, because if not, Putin will kill you.
I was about to say the same
No
thing.
bullshit. So, oh yeah,
No, you're not Russian.
yeah, Putin's a gangster. So,
You're not Russian. You all right.
so
He knows you're gonna hate him.
it was like a 3-minute exchange between two reporters, and Alex asking his thoughts about the war. He basically said, you know, he wants peace. He doesn't like what's going on. He have family and friends in Ukraine and in Russia, and pretty much, made a statement. Said, I'm an athlete. I'm not a politician. They were basically, they asked, how do you feel about it? Yada yada yada. He took the high road, answered the questions, left it alone. One thing that was funny was some of the Caps fans were upset with the reporters asking him the questions, talking about, you shouldn't be asking about that. It's about sports, yada, yada, yada.
Sure.
I found that funny because I was in some of the Caps groups. Caps fans are as rabid as Washington football fans. I don't understand it.
Not rabbit though.
Yes, rabid. Yes, yeah. They was going after Robbie the other day. They was going after the white Jewish guy. How more rabid can you get, bro? But,
Wolverine?
yeah, he basically took the high road, and an ex-player, great goaltender, Dominic Hasek, had the nerve to get upset with what Alex said, with basically being, basically saying anybody that supports Putin, which Ovechkin has in his presidency and everything, because that's his president, should be suspended from the NHL.
Because of what he did in the past. Because of
Because
him
of
supporting
Putin,
the
yeah, because of him supporting him and saying that he called him a chicken shit, which is kind of funny to me. And one of the toughest motherfuckers in the NHL that leads the leagues in hits and goals most of the time. But the fact that he would come out, I will quote what he said, but I don't really feel like it. He basically said some bullshit, and I don't understand how you can link what a country going to war has to do with the athlete playing in the NHL, and he should be suspended. And he calls him a chicken shit and calls him all these names because he doesn't agree with what Putin's doing. And to me, it makes no fucking sense. I mean,
especially when Obi said that he wanted peace.
yeah, but how are you going to penalize players in the league because of what a country does? When America went to war, 9/11, Iraq, Baghdad, there was no talk of, banning players or suspending players because of the war. People are dying regardless. It's a humanitarian issue, not a political issue at this point, because hopefully we don't get involved. From
We already are on the financial
kind of,
aspect.
yeah. Well, we in everybody's pocket, so any war breaks
Well,
all
no.
over the world, we got something to do with it.
They have sanctions against them.
Well, I was going to get into that later on because I had some, I have a couple of Trump supporters that I work with that are, oh yeah, are we going to talk a little politics? I told you the other day I was getting the itch to get back, and I haven't really talked politics in a while. I'm tired of getting banned on certain social media platforms. But I mean, you can only say it nice so many times.
You cannot tell people
Just saying.
eat a bag.
What's that? That's how you say it.
I'm just saying. You could not keep on coming at me sideways and think I'm not going to go for the jugular. And I warn him. I'm like, look, you keep going on this path, it's not going to turn out well for you.
You curse at them and you degrade them.
Yeah.
I know you
So
want to do your
Facebook
rant,
doesn't
They
like
try.
that. They don't like that.
but I just want you to understand.
So,
And I know this is side talk.
I know you want to do your rant,
You don't really go
But
for
I-
the jugular.
but I just want
take
you to
the axe
understand
and you
something.
kind of chop off their whole head.
and
And
I know this because it's
because
side talk.
that's some stuff I would.
You don't
like,
really
Yeah.
go
it's
for
like,
the
okay,
jugular.
well, you said this,
take
but
the
then your
axe
mom
and
was
you
a
kind
hoe.
of chop off
Yeah,
their
because
You
I ain't
can't,
got
and you
time.
can't say
And I
that.
know this.
Yeah, but I ain't got time for the
That's
going
some
back and forth. I just want to
stuff
end
I
it.
would
You know, I'm gonna just
like.
go for
Hey,
it. You know,
like,
yeah. I'm gonna just, yeah. I'm
The
gonna end it.
capitation is not going for the jugular.
I mean, you go for the jugular, you just keep chopping. You just keep going. So it's the same
Yeah, she
thing.
want decapitation.
But I
That's not
mean,
going- decapitation
folks,
is not
this
going
the
for
politics
jugular.
is just mind numbing right now.
It is.
How folks are so dug in with an opinion that and don't want to change it. They're so dug in and don't want to listen to any type of reason, any type of facts or anything. And you know the whole situation with this hockey situation, like I said, it's now it's getting into sports, which we try not to let happen, but you have in NHL, you have a high number of Russian players in America, so eventually somebody's going to make us think about it. I wasn't expecting this dickhead to say what he said, but to me, it's just I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
Well, you look at the age range. So we live in an age of social media. We live in an age where people. And
I mean,
Their
yeah,
butt hurt.
well,
their butt hurt,
you look at the age
and
we're in.
they value
So
their
we live in an age
opinion,
of social media. We live in an age where people
and they want to make it seem like it's fact.
and
And
here's
so
the
they'll
thing.
say things
Their butt hurt
to get around,
and they value their opinion.
So we can get, so if he
And they
says
wanna
this,
make
we
it
can get
seem
people
like
to
it's
agree
fact.
with him, and they'll
And
rally
so they'll
behind
say
him, and
things
to
get a
call
rally
this dude chicken
behind.
shit hashtag.
So we can so if he says
makes
this,
him
we can
feel
get people
powerful,
to agree with him,
Some people
and
have
they'll
never
rally
had that.
behind him,
Yeah,
and
it makes
you
me
know,
feel validated.
call the dude
if
chicken
someone
shit
agrees.
hashtag.
It doesn't
you know.
matter if it's
It makes them feel
everyone,
powerful
just like a
because
couple.
some
All I
people have
know
never
is you
had.
come for my man, I come for you.
Yeah.
Don't be fucking with Obi, dog. He ain't done nothing to nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
man.
mean,
You don't
one
come for my
thing-
man.
One thing a lot of people don't understand is that there are a lot of people who are in Russia right now
Mm-hmm.
that do not
Yeah.
agree with the way Putin is running
Of course,
the
it
country.
is
If
a
you
lot,
look at
yeah.
when he came into office and the things that he was saying, the promises he was making, and you look at how he's behaving now, it's completely different.
And he's a gang. He's the ex-head of the KGB.
Yeah.
He's a gangster. People that speak out against him have mysterious things happen within like 48 hours after speaking out against him. I've seen footage of somebody getting killed and walking across a bridge with his girlfriend right in front of him. Snow cloud pull up the side, rolls off. The dude hit the ground. They rolled out before the girlfriend even know the dude dead. But to me, man, I be on some different. I told you when I was in the politics, I was going when Trump was in office. I was digging in politics because this whole Russian thing. I'm looking at it. You got to take a step back and look at the big picture. It all started. I'm not gonna say all started, but when Trump got into office, he withdrew the sanctions that Obama had put on Putin after the Crimea shit. Which includes, and I've said this, and I don't understand why this isn't made a bigger deal. They found $500 billion worth of oil in the Siberian shale field, and that's what the sanctions are preventing anybody going in there to drill. So Putin cannot get that money. Putin is a fucking gangster. He cares about his money, and that's it. That's why he's been in office, because anybody that opposes him, he kills them or to get him to run the fuck out of town.
Well, he earned the trust of the people, and then they changed the law. He could be president longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That
he's pretty much a dictator.
When he came into office, it wasn't that way. So he gained the trust of the people. Like I said, he came in, he was off some old peace.
But you gotta remember that was after Gorbachev and all of this shit that
But that's
failed.
what I'm saying. That's the whole reason he's been playing people all this time. Just like he was trying to play everyone recently. He was talking about, oh, well, we're not going to invade Ukraine. we're just doing military exercises.
Peacekeeping mission.
Yeah, we can.
Then
We
he
just
said,
stretching our
we're
legs.
checking on their safety. We're not invading them. We're checking
I
them.
feel like he's watching the movie 300.
I felt
Take
like
my soldiers and walk
it
over here.
was definitely a slap in the face to the other world
I feel like he's watching the
And, I
movie
mean,
300.
it's sad, but at the same time,
take my
you
soldiers
kind of
and
have
walk
to chuckle
over
at the
here.
audacity of this man. Like, he's really bold.
He's just like da 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 da. No,
Like, I know, what are you
we just
talking
over
about?
here.
I'm not planning to invade them. We're doing military exercises.
He's like, yeah, we got these.
It was like 24 hours, right? It went from it's a
Yep.
peacekeeping mission, and we're going to check on their
And then he
safety to
goes-
anybody jump in.
And then he goes in, and then they got tanks in the street. They fighting, trying to take over stuff. He's checking on their safety. And now, as of like today or yesterday, he's being
Yeah, I saw something about they were actually trying to have peace
being
talks.
aggressive against our country.
Yeah, they going old school. They doing the Molotov cocktails. Then I don't know if you heard about the ghost of Kiev, the one fighter pilot that went up and killed 6 Russian fighter pilots. Yeah, that motherfucker like, not today, motherfuckers. You ain't coming to my backyard. So it's it's going to be interesting because this situation is going to affect a lot of things. You see the gas prices going up, car prices going
Let me
up.
tell y'all something. I had to pay $4.19 a gallon.
Oh, that's that premium.
Yeah, same.
I had to pay $4.19 a gallon.
Paying $3.61.
I need to start riding electric scooters.
I was like,
You get a horse, man. I ain't playing with these things. You go $4.95 with a horse.
I had some niggas in Clinton that got horses. They got a horse farm. My man got what? I been sitting there going over there. Yeah.
And then trying to find feed for the horse.
I'm only 15 minutes from work, nigga. Give me a
it's
saddle, nigga.
cheaper. Right now, it's
Some more for
cheaper.
motherfucking oats and hay.
Right.
Make that work.
Yeah, this is
I don't think the
terrible.
gas thing, though. They like, okay, Russia has 10% of the world's supply of gas. But that leaves 90%. So how does the price
It
go
tri-
up?
because it trickled down because now-
It trickled up because a lot of people are. What's going on is when we're talking about the financial sanctions, they block Russia out of SWIFT, which is a major thing. So they can't. They literally can't do any type of financial transactions with anyone else in the world at this point. So, well, unless it's like China, but that's another story. We're going to talk about that later. But on top of that, the UE relies on Russia for gas. They said they joined in to do the sanctions, but they said they're trying to limit the amount of natural resources they're going over to Russia for. So that means that all of the UE has to now go to what everybody else is using. So, you know, it's classic supply and demand. They raise the price. Because,
So if it
you know,
affects
You
over there,
really want it, don't you? Let's do it.
yeah. So if it's going to affect over there, it's going to find a way to affect over here because it's
Right,
a
because
global.
we're all now pretty much the 90% that you're talking
And they got
about.
more demand.
The UE is tapping into that, and other places are now starting to tap into that same source. So that 90%, yeah, it seems like a lot, but when you have everybody going to that 90%, the people who used to go to the 10%, they're not going there. So it's bad, but you know. And real talk, 10% of the world's oil is a lot. That's a lot. I mean, the gas prices were already wasn't that low.
I mean, everything is going up
So-
because the whole COVID situation, the whole microchip shortage situation, the whole truck driver situation, everything is leading into it because it's supply and demand. Hey, supply and demand. You know, we're in the capital of the state, man. Everything affects the bottom line.
Yeah.
So no matter what happens, yeah, it's going to affect something. It's like the price is going up on
We about to
everything.
go on a video break real quick.
All right,
That's what that, for those that know, that's code word means.
he need a drink. Yeah, he need a drink.
That's what that really means. Break real quick. That's because
So we'll be back in a little while.
Code word means. I'm about to get some alcohol.
Because I can do that.
No, we don't want. That's
what I do.
That really
Time to
means.
send us.
Yay, yay.
Shout out to Renegade. This is joint, the latest one. Get up.
Wait for the video for.
Shout out-
Where your bitch
Shout
at?
out to Renegade. This is the joint,
know I ain't got no
the latest one.
Said we gotta get one for that.
Unless, you know, you're crippled, then sit down. That's what we do with alcohol.
Wait,
No, I ain't got no
what's
video.
alcohol?
We can say 5.
I can see if you spoke of a specific alcohol or something. That would make sense. See? But you said you cut him?
No, check the sweet potato pie.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta watch when you say cut around here. You gotta watch when you say cut around here.
I was
You know, when women come in here, it's always girl power, lady Antoinette.
Okay.
And then you talk about getting cut.
Start bringing my stab in.
Why would you need a stab vest? What happened?
It's always girl power with Lady Antoinette. So. And then you talk about getting cut.
Start bringing my stand back.
Right. Rather have it than not have it.
When you smashing all people's best friends and enemies and sisters and stuff like that, you might need to stab them.
Yeah, you gotta go visit them when you said.
Yeah, I know they weren't doing that for a while, right?
Them niggas charged me to get in there. I don't know. Yeah, them niggas charged me to get in there, bro.
One of my boys at work was like, man, you been playing that game? I'm like, man, I didn't know this joint was back open now.
Oh yeah, my man redid the joint. Yeah, he redid the joint, but then something happened now. He ended up resigning after he finally got the smoke.
You know we got plates, Dave.
Oh. Go and get a little,
He said he didn't want to waste the plate. Okay.
It's gonna be gone so right.
He was being nice.
It's a sweet potato pie.
Long story short, he redoing the Shark Bar now. Down in Waldorf.
Right.
Yeah, I heard that joint got good food, but they had to fuck up the environment.
That, lemon.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, lemon ain't too good.
That's why I went to the Sweet Street.
It is tart.
And what's crazy is I like lemon drops, the drink, but this is a bit much. What happened? Is it frozen?
That's that small
It's plastic knife.
Oh.
I mean, you can use a real knife.
You got a blade on you.
I don't know where they are. That's
Oh.
I got a blade, but it ain't for that.
Something different.
Why you look at me like
Wipe the
that?
blood off of it.
I usually let you borrow the blade. Don't act like that. What that mean?
Too late now, I'm gonna have to walk.
I ain't never been too drunk that I stabbed somebody I didn't mean to stab. I ain't never been that drunk.
Exactly, like me to stab me. That's what I'm talking about. Shit, like, fuck that. That's the last time you called me red.
So if that's the case, if that's your fear, why didn't you call me red then? Like, if you think I'ma stab you because you call me red, then why you keep
Trying to
doing
get a settlement, you gotta be a short. I want $120,000. We can sell out a couple $20 in some rope.
No, thank you. face all balled up.
That was a gift to him.
The funny thing is, I drank something when they was nasty. They was like, "Oh, your face up, you don't like it?" I was like, "No." It's like, "You gonna finish it?" I was like, "Hell yeah."
I mean, yeah, you gonna finish? I finished the little lemon that I poured, but it wasn't good. Oh, it was cold. Oh, let me go ahead and get me a little piece of that.
First whole pie?
Yeah. I don't know why. It's weird. Yes, it's so weird, but I have to keep it. No, I keep it in the fridge and I give me a piece of cold pie.
Oh my God. You got soy ice cream.
Oh, y'all bought ice cream too?
No, he said it was the devil.
I left the knife on it. Everything the devil.
Mama said it's the devil. Right. That foosball. I'm a changed man. See, you know what? There's nothing wrong with supporting young single mothers and college students.
Think that, but they not
Oh no, some of them is yeah. Boy, ask me every time. I tell you every time they meet.
I had a little too much to eat and drink today. It's come on now. Why would you say I'm gonna get one piece? Shut up. I did apparently. It did. And then look, I asked him after that. Every time after that.
Talk about how good it was.
I was like, do you want the cornbread?
After you take a bite out of it.
No. Because that day you didn't say nothing until after I ate it. But I'm talking about after that.
She cut me deep.
I ain't cut you deep now. Let's be real. I didn't cut you at all. If I was gonna cut you, you would know.
Man, we've been in here testing.
Cornbread now? I mean,
You didn't say a word good, but I'm just saying. I came up here with one piece of cornbread. How am I supposed to know what I want to eat first?
You explained, you asked everybody that they already
I was
eat.
like, y'all ate?
You
You ain't speak up.
So I can see both sides of the story, but still.
Ain't no but
you ate a
still.
nigga cornbread.
Nah. You trying to take his side just cause.
Cornbread, you gonna leave that cornbread alone. Ain't the nigga cornbread. That's a violate cardinal rule. Like you don't take the big piece of chicken. You don't take the big piece of chicken.
That's why I asked y'all. And look, I was like, oh, they left me a piece of cornbread.
Right. Like B-boy, that's our cornbread now. Right. It's community cornbread. That's our cornbread now.
I thought y'all had left me a piece of
We
cornbread.
just keep it in my belly for now.
I said, y'all eat. You was supposed to say. Oh, I ain't
I
had no
said, yeah, but don't
cornbread.
touch my cornbread. That's what I should have said.
You gotta be cornbread specific.
Yeah. See, black people.
What?
You know what you was watching on that last video?
Cheeks. Yeah.
That was Alana D from out Chicago. We played some of the songs before.
You know what you was watching on that last video, huh?
That had.
Yeah.
That was Alana D from out
The
Chicago.
thing is, what I do is,
We
if
played
I
some
see
of
an
the songs
independent
before.
artist,
They drop a new video or they got music on Spotify. We add it to the playlist.
The thing is, what I do is,
You know,
if I see an
I'll
independent
take the
artist,
video and I'll play.
they
And I
drop
do
a
that
new
when I'm
video
asking.
or they got music on
Because
Spotify, we
real
add it to the
support
playlist,
is-
and we you know,
When you really support
I'll
people, you
take
shouldn't
the
have
video
to.
and I'll you know,
I don't
play
really
it.
have to be
And
like,
I do
oh,
that
I
without them asking,
played your video. Now
because
you owe me
real
a favor.
support is, you know, you
But pretty soon,
you
motherfuckers,
shouldn't have to.
we gonna start charging
I
y'all
don't really have to
bitches
be
because
like,
shit
oh,
ain't free.
I played your video.
I'm just saying.
So let's transition into that topic. Wait. So yesterday I went to my cousin's spot.
Yeah, I still ain't got that shit.
So let's transition
He
into
wasn't
that
there.
topic. Right.
So normally I go to Queens.
So
Mother's,
yesterday
my
I
cousin,
went to
Thompsonville. I take
I
pictures
went to my
from
cousin's
whatever,
spot,
and
Queens
it's not a big deal.
and he wasn't there.
He wasn't
So
there.
normally I go to Queens Mother's, my cousin
wanted
usually
to
comes
eat,
to
so I
Mill.
went and topped
I
the
take
meal. He
pictures
called
for
me.
him,
He was like,
whatever.
I'm on my way.
And it's
He's
not
like,
a,
did
it's
you
not
order
a big
already? I
deal.
said, all right, order, don't worry about it. We good.
He wasn't there.
Real
I still
support.
wanted to eat, so I went and copped the meal. He called me. He was like, I'm on my way.
Right.
He's like,
I
did you
don't
order
mind
already? I
paying
said, all
for
right,
it.
order, don't worry about it. We good.
Like, that's real support.
Real support
So, and I say this to a lot of people who claim they support indie artists
like,
or indie
I
designers.
don't mind paying for it.
Asking an independent
Like, that's
artist
real
or
support.
indie designer, yo,
So,
can I get this for free?
and I say this to a lot of people who claim they support indie artists or indie designers. Asking
Like, that's
an
not
independent
support.
artist
That's
or a
asking this shit
designer,
for
yo,
free.
can I get this for free? Can I get a free hat, CP3?
I put my money
Lady
where my mouth
Internet,
is,
I see
like-
you doing something. Can I
like,
get this
even
for
with the-
like,
with
that's
Eric
not
Kruger,
support.
I
That's
bought
asking for shit for free.
Stuff from a side deal.
And
you know,
I put my money where
like
my
my
mouth is.
sweatsuit
Like,
I have on,
even with the
you know,
with Eric
I paid the
Kruger,
price.
I've bought
I didn't ask for it.
stuff from a
You
side
know, now, if
deal.
you charge me,
You know,
that's on him. But
Like my sweatsuit that I
I'm
have
willing to
on.
pay because
Like,
that's what
you know,
real support
I paid
is.
the price
And a
for
lot
it.
of people
I didn't
tend
ask for
not
this.
to notice that.
You know, now if you
forget
charge
that.
me
I
less,
was that
that's
guy.
on him. But
He's like,
I'm willing
you
to
gotta
pay
support
because
Renegade.
that's what real support is.
I was
A
like,
lot
for
of
real?
people
And
tend
every
not
time he
to
had a show, he was
notice
like, well, can I
or
get a free
forget
ticket?
that. I once had a guy. He was like,
Then he was like,
Yeah, I
well, can I
support
get two for
Renegade.
half price? Or can I get two for
I
one?
was like, for real?
Two
And
for
every time we
one.
had a show, he was like, well, can I get a free ticket?
So,
I don't speak.
And then I
I
had
was
to
like, well,
tell
can I
him.
get a ticket for
but
half
then I had to
price?
tell
Can
him,
I
like,
get two for
dog,
one?
that's not support.
Nope.
Coming to me, and you know, and Renegade does.
So,
He took all the equipment.
And then
he
I had to
done-
tell
he-
him.
He got a booth.
but then
he
I had to
built a
tell him, like,
studio.
dog,
It's
that's
all
not
good.
support. Coming to me, and you know, and
There's
Renegade
so many
does.
people
He took all the equipment
come
he
in,
runs, and he got
and
a
they
booth.
like,
He
oh
built
yeah,
a
you got all
studio.
this stuff. And the
It's
first
all
thing they
good.
ask for is, I get this. Well,
There's
you know
so
what?
many
you charge
people
25 an hour. Or you charge
that
I
come
was charging
in,
40 an hour.
And they're like,
Is that
oh
what
yeah,
they
you got all
do
this
for
stuff. And the
fun?
first thing they ask for is,
But then
Like,
you can't go to Midi East.
well,
and
you
ask
know
them
what?
niggas for it
You
because they
charge
gonna give
25 an hour. Or you charge actually
You
charge
can't
40
go
an
to
hour.
any.
They're like, well,
You
can I
can't go to
do it
Q
for 20?
Studio. You can't go to
But then
any
you
big
can't
studio and
go to
ask them for
Mid
this.
East
They're gonna be
and
like,
ask
no,
them
fuck
niggas for
out.
this, and they gonna give you nothing.
And the
price
same
is the
goes for
price.
clothing.
You can't
You're
go
not
to
gonna go
any.
Same goes with
You can't
cars.
go to Q Studio. You can't go to any big studio and ask them for this, and they're gonna be
Yeah,
like, yo,
you
get the
talking
fuck
about
out of here.
discounts, man.
The price is
folks.
the price.
And this was kind of funny to me because I talk to customers and some of them like, you know, the market is screwed up and there's a markup on all the cars. I understand it. But then my question is when you go to the Gucci store and you see those $500 jeans or whatever,
Exactly what I was
you
just
don't
saying.
go
They're
in
not
there
gonna
and
ask
say, can I get those for 400?
Nope.
You pay the price because you know the so-called value of that bullshit. Same thing goes with cars. You know, the value right now is more for a new car. Unfortunately, the market is up. You want to just kind of understand that. I want to hit the lottery and not have to work no more. Shit just might not happen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want what you want, you got to pay for it.
Right.
And it's sad that people, you know, try to barter, beg, and plead. And like you say, and especially with, you know, independent business owners like we are. I give, like you say, people all the time, hey, man, you know, I know they had 30, let me get it for 25. Nigga, do you know I have overhead? Do you understand this is a business? I don't survive by giving niggas hookups. I
I feel
survive
like
by
they
paying
think
for
that you
it.
making it yourself and pressing it, and you spent $2 to make it, and so you just
I
want to
wish.
charge 30. You know what I mean?
I wish.
Yeah.
But I-
that's the case. They be like, oh, you just trying to make.
No, you trying to, nigga, that's the point of being a businessman, motherfucker. That's
But
what
I
I don't
think-
understand, man. It's crazy.
At the end of the day, it's I feel like it's insulting because, like
Yeah.
you said, you go to these places and you know their value, so you're gonna pay whatever it is that they have, whatever they show. You're gonna pay the sticker price, You're gonna pay what's on the tag, the price tag. You're gonna pay that.
Yeah.
No questions asked. You're not in a store trying to bargain with them. So it's insulting if your friend starts a business and
Yeah.
you try to bargain with them. Now, to be very honest with you, you may not be able to afford your friend's product. That's true. If you can't afford it, just like anybody else, don't purchase it. But if you're my friend, tell other people about it. That's helpful too.
But here's the
Because
thing.
support is support.
But here's the thing too about that. When we talk about that, is if you rocking Louis,
But
you
here's
rocking
the thing.
Gucci, and
But here's
then
the thing
when I
too
come to
about
my
that,
bar,
when
you
we
tell
talk
me
about
shit
that
too
is,
high.
if
Nah,
you
it's
rocking,
too high on
No, no,
Louis.
I ain't say too high. No,
you
no,
rocking
no, no.
Gucci,
When I mean
then,
Gucci,
then
you
when I come to
don't
my bar, you
have
tell
the
me my
money
shit
at
too
that
high.
moment
Yeah.
to help your
Nah,
friend
is
out.
it too high?
I
I'm
ain't
just too
talking
black.
about that because that goes again with value.
You can't.
Yes.
If
Moment.
first of all,
Yeah.
if you knew these name brands and the quality that goes into it,
Yes.
you'll see that there's a lot of stuff on the market that is half the price, the same quality, or more than half, depending on the situation. There's some things that are popular, like ladies like the handbags, right?
Yeah.
You can get a handbag for $500. What you gonna do when that thing fall apart? But the one you
Yeah.
got from Target, you've been rocking with for years, and that ain't fell apart. You see what I'm saying?
Real talk. My grandmother had a handbag that literally, I think she had my mother had when she was a kid. Like it got to the point that I bought her a new
Real
handbag.
talk. My
She-
grandmother had a handbag that literally, I think she had my
But she
mother
she
had
she
when
rocked that.
she was a kid.
Right.
Like it got to the
So,
point that I bought her a new
For
handbag.
me,
And she
I look
it's
for
like,
deals. I don't ask for them. I don't
but
bargain with
she
people.
rocked that joint.
You have a
for
sale.
years.
Oh, I'm dead. If there's a coupon, I'm there. I don't have no shame. I like expensive things, but I also enjoy paying less for them.
Yeah.
But I don't go to these establishments or these places. Like when we were at
Yeah.
The bacon.
yeah,
And we spent
yeah.
$1,000 in one day.
I asked
Over
them,
1,000.
hey, what other deals do you have?
Invicta.
Because that's what I want to know.
And we spent
I might be inclined to buy
$1,000
more
in one day.
if you have a good deal.
They'll be sending me them 2 for 4 joints.
I was helping. I was telling y'all that they sent it to me, so I sent it to
I had a
y'all.
couple of rough
You
months.
was the most that day.
It's been a couple of rough months, man. I can't go back and do that again right now.
I'm
I
just
want
saying,
to.
Just in case y'all wanted to
you
know,
come
I'm
on.
letting y'all know.
Rich.
You buy 2, you get 4. That's amazing.
I know. That's how they got us last time.
It really we split it between the three of us. We worked that out.
That's what we did between me and her. We both got 3 watches that day.
I mean,
We paid
really,
for one
really,
and got 2 free.
really,
it was,
bracelets.
Really, we split it between the three.
God
of
was
us.
talking
We
to
worked
me
that
yesterday
out.
because I wanted to Pentagon City and I walked by and looked and that shit was closed.
I got my. When you said that, I looked down at my
There
watch.
was
I got my.
That's
God
why I
was
pulled
talking to
mine
me
out.
yesterday because I wanted to live in Pentagon City and I walked by and
I ain't gonna lie, I was this close. I know if I would have walked in there, I was gonna walk out.
That's why when she sent out like I can't. I just said like I can't. I
Didn't
can't.
even say
I
thank
ain't gonna lie,
you.
I was
Like,
this close.
Let
I
y'all
know
know
if I
it's
would
a
I
have
didn't even want to click the link because I know I'd have been like, damn, that joint.
I
Oh.
was like the devil.
Yeah.
I like the water was the devil.
I'm gonna be real with you though. Had we gone in there, and everything was regular price, I wouldn't have.
I was like the
spent
devil. I felt like the water boy. It's
You
the
see what I'm
devil.
saying? So I'm a person that if I see a good deal, because I do know the quality.
That was a fun ass day though.
If I see a good deal,
Yeah.
I just might partake in it. You know.
2
That was
for
a
4.
That was a Lick and Watch's birthday.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was it. We did 2 motherfucking bars that day.
Yeah, 'cause the Renegade came. He got a watch.
was a-
He got 2 watches.
Yeah,
was a-
we
a
was
lick
going to
and
get
watches
1 watch.
birthday. That
Ended
shit
up
was
buying
fun
like
as shit.
And it
8.
was my fault that we went in there.
He was actually not even going to get the
Yeah,
watch.
because the
'cause I
Renegade came.
actually
He got a
the
watch. He got 2
fixed
watches too.
first. And
No, but remember, I was like, oh, well, if they have
oh
a
yeah, you were getting the
sale,
watch for
He was
your
actually not
car.
even going to
Yeah,
get the
And
watch.
that's
Because I actually had got
and
the
that's when I
watch.
said, yeah, I know I used to have a watch collection, right? And I had to sell it, right? So you know, I'm not really
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
you were
too
getting the watch for
keen
your
about
father.
having money and going into a watch store. Then that motherfucker said 2 for $4, buy 2 get 4. Nigga, what? Nigga, who? Hold up, you trying to tell me I can pay for 2 watches
And you get 4. That's a good
and
deal.
get 4 free?
Come on now.
I mean, him and Lady Antoinette was diving over a watch. I think he bought the watch that she.
That's okay, because I got it.
See,
The female version.
that's just like my customers, man. You put it, you look at it, you test drive it,
I
and
didn't
you
see it at
say
all.
you don't want it. I put the
No,
keys back in the
I
box.
never even saw it.
Somebody else get
As
in and
soon
test
as
drive
I
and
saw
buy
it,
it.
I said, oh, I like that when they were pulling it out.
I gave her first draw. I gave her first draw. She put it back. Once she put it back,
I never saw the watch. I didn't put nothing back.
I gave you first dibs. I said you pick first,
Right.
and then you grabbed yours,
But it's
and then
still-
I
was
went and
like-
got mine.
I said, hey, I like that one. And it was, as I'm pointing to it, it's coming out of the case. I was like, hey, what are you doing?
This was after I let her.
Where's it going?
I'm just saying, you
On
know.
the way home, it was like, you know, she got my watch.
I kept trying so long. And then when I got this one, I was like, nice, better.
I mean that rose
On the way
gold go
home, it
nice,
was like,
you know.
you know,
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
see,
saying?
mine is right.
I know.
Like she's.
I mean, I don't got the full rose gold one on because that's another one I got.
That's what it's always the concept.
Well, you don't have an all white one. I have an all white.
Oh, don't make me pull the matching chain and bracelet out now.
Oh, don't play.
Don't make me get funky
Because
over here.
like I said, I
That's what
have
always
a
Tell
all
me
white
DLC, baby. It's
and
fun.
gold.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So,
Coordinated.
before I even get to this, I'm sorry, I had to think about it. Snooty Wild, who did the song Yayo.
So,
He passed away. He was shot in the neck.
before I even get to this,
Friday.
that's the story. I had to think about it. Snooty Wild,
And it
did
was
the
identified,
song Yayo.
I think someone uploaded
He passed
to the
away.
Instagram
He
account,
was shot in the neck
that,
on
you know,
Friday in
that was
Houston.
him.
Mm-hmm.
And he, no longer
And
lives.
he was
I
identified.
get
I
really,
think
really,
someone
really
uploaded
sad.
to his Instagram account
It's
that
fine.
that was him.
I swear, like
He,
2021,
no
it was
longer
like
with us, so.
this rap.
I get really, really sad
Every week.
And there's so many
and tired.
like gun violence.
I swear, like
You know,
2021,
the
it was
change
like
really did.
this rapper died,
Yeah.
this rapper died, this rapper died.
Yeah,
And there's
unfortunately.
so many, like from gun violence and
It's like
a change really.
we have it on both sides. We have, you know, people complain about police brutality, and we talked about this last week.
Yeah.
But we have our own taken lives. You know,
Yeah.
like, come on,
Because apparently it was some type of beef or whatever.
it's always is.
He was shot in the neck. The SUV crashed. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
because apparently it was
it's
some
sad.
type of beef or
It is.
whatever.
It's really sad. And
He was
He
only
was shot in the
36.
neck. The SUV crashed and.
That's where black men are the most endangered species.
it's at the hands of so many.
He was only
different
36.
Yeah. Including
Mm-hmm.
That's where
You
black
about
men
to
are the
say
most
something?
endangered species on
Because
Earth.
I hear you huffing and puffing over there.
Because, like you say, like you say, we talk about this almost week in and week out.
You
And
huffing and puffing, you
I
shaking
mean,
your
the
head like
sad
you're
thing
about
is,
to have
like,
an
like
incredible
somebody
homecoming.
said, I don't know about these rappers until they get killed.
Mm-hmm.
And just the fact that someone's life is taken away, they don't take the time to think about the trickle down effect of what that does to not only the victim, to his family, to your family when you get caught and go to jail, and all over, like you say, something stupid over some beef over something that was probably not even worth it. And I mean, just the fact that someone is willing to pull the trigger to take someone's life over something stupid, and then after they get caught and locked up, they realize how dumb that was to do and how they should have thought about it and made a different choice.
And they be in quote crying.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't understand how folks don't take that 20-second time out to evaluate things. Because I always say emotion will fuck you every time. Because emotion will make you do some crazy dumb shit. We all get emotional, but you have to have some logic to your thought process of what you're doing.
Right.
Because we can all get caught up in the moment, but you don't live in that moment.
Nope.
You have to live the rest of your life. And until we can learn to take a step back, stop taking shit so fucking personal, and honestly stop being a bunch of bitches. I don't understand because I don't understand how soft folks are nowadays that they get offended at what someone says or that they don't agree with them.
Yep.
When we came up, it was as long as they don't put their hands on you, fuck it. Nobody.
It is though. He said when we came up, like we learned, you know, we were taught how to deal with conflict, how to deal with
Exactly.
things. And if we weren't taught directly, we learned, you know, in different ways. But it's none of that now.
Yeah, motherfuckers is soft. They want to be coddled. They getting participation awards. Think they're supposed to get
Right,
something for
'cause
just
that's what I
showing
told
up.
you. That's the
That's what
generation.
That's what started this whole bullshit.
Nah, not when you got a little baby trophy because you was part of the
Because you
T-ball
showed
league.
up, even
And
though-
the only reason why you was on the team is because they had to let everybody know.
Yeah, you went 0 for 13 and got hit 3 times, but you got a fucking trophy. Like, nah, motherfucker, you ain't shit.
I want to speak on something that you just said before you look on the topic. People don't understand the consequences. I know what it was like to be 16 and see my mother.
I want to speak on something that you just said before you go to our next topic. Is people don't
They don't
understand.
think
I
I
that's
know
know
what
they
it was
do to
like
their
when the
family.
police.
I know what it was like to be 16 and to see my mother cry herself to sleep
I had
and
to
my
kick my
brother got
grandmother
locked
out
up
and go to the
every
store
night.
and get food and feed
I
my
know
nephew
what it was
and
like
sister.
when the police knocked
I
on the
know
door
how
and
it
knocked on my
affected
brother
my
and
family
my
for
mom
12
was like
years.
crying and I had to kick my grandmother
Sending
out
money
and go to
in.
the store and get
I
food
paid
and feed my
$1,000
nephew and
phone
my
bill.
sister.
Mm-hmm.
I
My
know how
grandmother
it
died.
affected
She
my
left us
family
money. I
for
paid
12 years.
$1,000 phone bill for collect calls.
Sending
Back
money
before,
in.
you know,
I paid
they do
$1,000
phone
phone
now. But
my grandmother died. She left us money. I paid
feel like I've
$1,000
lived through
phone
those
bill for
things.
collect calls.
And people
That
don't
was back
understand
before,
like
you
the
know,
strain
they
it
do
puts
the
on your
phone
family.
plans and stuff now.
I know
But,
my brother got locked up again. before
I
he came home
you
this
like
time.
I've
I
lived
know
through
how
those
it
things, and
Yeah.
people
I know
don't
how it
understand
affected
like the
that.
strain it
Yep.
puts on your family.
You know,
I know my
how
brother got locked up
my
again
niece is in-
before he came
she
home
was
this time.
daddy.
Like I know how it
Right.
affected my
And
niece.
having,
I
and
know
not
how it
having a
affected
father
my
there.
nephew.
Like I could be a good uncle, but I can't
You know,
replace that.
I know
Nope.
how much pain
You're right.
my niece
You know,
was in. She was a
and
daddy
people
for
don't think about that when they
and
make
having
some of
and
these
not having a
decisions.
father there. Like I could be a good uncle, but I can't
You
replace
know,
that.
my brother lived 6 years.
You know,
Out of his
and
daughter's
people
life,
don't
like she's
think
a
about that when they
16-year-old.
make some of these decisions.
That's a whole nother person.
Yeah.
That's from daddy girl to
You
I
know,
don't
my
want to
brother
be
was
around.
6 years.
And that's
Out of
teenage.
his
That's
daughter's life. Like
typical
she's
for
a, she's a
teenagers. But yeah,
16.
you're right. You missed it.
That's a whole nother person.
But I know how that affects.
That's from daddy girl to I don't
I
want to be
know
around you
that
right
I
now.
was
You know,
job
you
hopping
know,
and
Um,
not even.
and
I left.
but
a
I know
job
how that
paying
affects
almost
the family.
50,000.
I know
They pissed
that
me
I
off.
was
And I was at a job paying half
Job
of that,
hopping.
struggling to pay bills,
in
and
shit.
still
Not even.
paying.
I left a
for my
job
brother's
paying
cell
almost
phone.
50,000
My
because they
my-
pissed me off.
my,
And I was at a job paying
roommate
half of
left
that,
me
struggling to pay bills,
in debt.
and still
My electricity
paying
got cut
for my
off.
brother's cell phone.
I
My
remember
my
sitting in a subway
my roommate left
using
me
their Wi-Fi
in debt.
so I can send out these
My
letters
electricity got cut
and
off.
text these people.
I remember
so they can
sitting in a
try
subway
to send me letters
using their Wi-Fi
to lessen the,
so I
the
can
amount of
send
time
out
for
these
character
letters
stuff.
and
I sat in
text
the
these
subway
people
for like
so they
2 to
can
3 hours
try
doing that.
to
And I had no electricity.
send me
yet.
letters
Mm-hmm.
to lessen the amount of time for character stuff. I sat in a subway
I
for like
remember going
2
through
to
all
3 hours doing that,
Yeah.
and I had no electricity at
And
home.
Waking up, finally going home to a house with no
And
electricity.
I remember going
Waking
through
up to
all
the sunset and being back on my grind
that. and
to do it. And
waking up,
people don't realize how this
finally
affects
going
you.
home
Yeah.
to a house with no electricity,
My
waking
brother's
up to the
calling me,
sunset
Joe, did
and
you
being
get the
back on
letters?
my grind to do it.
Can't
And
tell 'em my
they-
electricity
people don't
bill.
realize how this
You
affects
know
your
about the
family.
letters.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta send letters to a lawyer.
My
who I ain't
brother's
never met.
calling me. He's like, "Yo, did you get the letters?" I can't tell him
And
electricity's
I gotta
on.
find a way to
He
make
wants
it
to know about
happen.
the letters.
And then I can't bring it to
I
my
gotta
mother.
send letters
'cause
to
my
a
mother's
lawyer
in
who I ain't never met,
Mm-hmm.
Can't bring it to my niece because my niece is in pain.
and
Can't
I
bring
gotta
it to my
find a
nephew
way
because
to
my
make it
nephew's
happen.
in pain.
And then I can't bring it to my mother
You
because
don't
my
realize
mother's
what
in
it
pain.
does to your family, what it does.
Can't
to
bring
you.
it to my niece because my niece is in
Yeah.
pain. Can't bring it
The
to
only
my
person
nephew
I
because
could
my
have talked to,
nephew's in pain.
he locked up.
Yeah.
People don't realize what it
Indeed.
does to your family and what it does to you.
And I gotta be the glue to keep this
The only
family
person I
together.
could have talked to, he locked up,
Yeah. It's definitely
and I gotta be the
a
glue
sacrifice
to keep this
for
family
all
together.
involved. And it's on, in these situations, it's on both ends. Not only did you take someone's father, son, brother, best friend, husband, whatever. But you also removed yourself from your family's life. So two families are mourning at that point. And you have to understand that. You know, when you take another man's life,
Exactly.
you take it from yourself, you taking your life too. But it's shocking how the value of life has just gone down
Definitely.
completely. Like, y'all be joking about me stabbing people. I ain't never stabbed nobody to death. Cause I ain't trying to kill you.
I love the wordplay.
Yeah, put that little caveat to death. I'm just saying, you going to death.
That we know
What you mean that you
I
know
love the
it?
wordplay.
Hundreds of people.
the thing I learned is there's a lot of
Being real.
there's a
Means
lot
they
of places in
survived.
Maryland where you know you can make things disappear. So I've
Let me,
heard.
yeah, so you heard.
So I've heard.
I ain't got nothing to do with
So
it.
I've heard.
At the end of the day,
You know, downright.
fighting somebody or, you know, and even in life, so I can understand when somebody, if you're fighting someone and someone loses their life, you know, at the same time, even the courts understand that a lot of times that's accidental, but you have to be careful with that too. All jokes aside, you do have to be careful when you decide you want to get physical with someone in any capacity as a result of your emotion, as CP3 was speaking of. You know, don't let your emotion take over and get you in a situation where you
Sometimes it's unavoidable.
Sometimes it is, I understand that, but
I've been in
that
that
ain't what we
situation.
talking about, right?
Shout out to Cool. He actually listened to the track.
What's up, Cools? Yeah. Throw
He
it.
fucked
No,
up.
cuz Cools, man. Dog, that's
shout
my
out to,
dude, man. That's my dude right there.
I'm gonna play your track, but not at this moment.
That's my dude
But
right
I
there.
do want to recognize that you got we got some topics.
So
we gotta
so
get to,
cool.
and then
I'm gonna play your
actually,
track, but not at this moment.
Your music again.
But I do want to
I got
recognize
it.
that.
Didn't he
that
have a
you got
video?
some-
I got
you
it
got some topics.
download.
I gotta get
We're
the
actually-
video.
Yeah, because you know I play that on my show also, so you know definitely gotta check it out, Cools. Yeah, we definitely gotta put some work in, dog. You got some
I
talent,
gotta
you got some
get the
skills.
video.
So definitely salute to Coons. Okay, so you know the internet is full of this crazy ass stories. So
So
meth
definitely salute.
disguised as onions was seized at San
Okay,
Diego
so-
border crossing.
I'm
You
sorry,
know,
what?
the internet is
Meth.
full of this crazy ass story.
Disguised
Not
as
method.
So
onions?
meth
I thought
disguised
at
as
first he
onions
said
was
meth.
seized at
I was
San
like, wait,
Diego
no, that
border
ain't what he said.
crossing.
Meth,
Meth.
crystal meth was disguised as onions.
As
Like
onions.
you're speaking of
Like onions.
produce.
Yes. It was
you wait, baby?
197 packs of methamphetamines mixed with onions and stacks.
Yes.
So they mixed it in to try to make
Like
it look
onions.
real onions.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was
You said yeah, shut up.
What about different transport methods,
mixed with
man? Try to
onions
blend it
and
in.
Clearly
stacks.
this
So they
one ain't
mixed
what-
it in to
I
try to
mean,
make
you
it
know,
look
had
real.
smugglers aren't the smartest motherfuckers in the world.
Well,
Yeah.
time out. I digress because if you're smuggling, you need to be smart, don't you?
Well, like I said, some of them aren't the smartest motherfuckers
Whoa, whoa,
in the
time
world. You
out,
got
time out.
some,
Yeah.
yeah, you
That's
got
why
some
we
that's
hear of
good.
these stories because
Because-
come on.
Yeah, I know some folks that's you know, so it's all in the method that you use, but obviously these
Some of them,
motherfuckers
yeah.
ain't know what the fuck that's going on. How you try to smuggle them with onions. I mean, it does kind of look similar in color if you just glance at it.
Really?
Something you need to tell us?
I watch Law and Order. Man.
Uh-huh.
I watch Law and Order, man.
Speaking of, that's back on.
I know. I watched it. I just watched it yesterday.
Some-
Did anybody watch it besides me?
I don't watch Law and Order for specific reasons.
I mean, I normally do, but I didn't.
My
No,
mom been watching Law and Order for 20 years.
Me and my dad used
I
to
don't
watch
see the
Law and Order.
problem.
We saw watch there till the day he
I don't-
So
I
let's
died.
say
We
let me
watched
say
every
my
episode.
mom's favorite show.
Cops, Law
My
and
mom's
Order,
been watching Law and
and
Order for 20 years.
I'm gonna go with those two. I'm gonna go with those
Number
two.
one,
So let me tell you
I'm
my
gonna
mom's
group Law and
favorite
Order
show.
as one show because it's like 8. It's like more Law and Order than members of the
Okay,
Wu-Tang
that's
Clan.
true.
Number one.
However,
I'm gonna
SVU
Google Law and
is the
Order
best.
as we one show.
So,
It's like
All right, okay, we gotta
It's like
talk
Law
about
and Order,
criminal
the members of
intent.
the
What do you
Law
think
and
about
Order
it?
is
I
number,
like it. I like
Law and Order is number 3 for
Okay.
Really?
So-
Number 3?
So
Yeah.
Oh.
So we grew up watching Cops.
Law and Order
My
is
dad
number,
loved
But
cops.
that, I'm gonna be
Law
real
and Order
with
is
you.
number
It's
3
sad,
for.
but it was kind of funny.
It was, and I'd be like, Mom, why you
Yes.
watching Cops? Like, I just
So
see
we
what's
grew
in
up
my
watching
friend.
Cops.
After all the stuff that happened over the
They
police,
took it
I can't
off.
watch it now.
No, they took it
Well,
off.
they
It
brought
was,
it back.
and I'd be like,
It's
They
Mom,
just
why
they
you
streaming it
on
now.
a couple of channels.
Then they streaming it on the
And
Fox
But
app.
It always look like police brutality. It's always like
But
Nah, but the shit that be funny. Yeah, that's what the shit that be funny. Yeah, he'll pull up on Billy Joe. He'd get out the car. Next thing you know, Billy Joe.
The funny thing is, you know what Cops gave us, right? Cops gave us the term white people.
Oh yeah.
I think we got white people.
The funny thing is, you know
But
what
all I want to know is,
Before
Cops
Cops
gave us the term
gave us
white
undershirt.
yeah.
They never Cops was like,
But all I want to know is what was the requirements to be a cameraman? Because them motherfuckers was fast as shit. They always kept up with
Why
that.
was the person running, but the police?
Yeah. He like, come on, he up here.
And y'all with the suspect. And the police not going.
Yeah, you hear on the radio? Yeah, I need back up. He got away from it.
and then her favorite was America's Most Wanted.
My dad, yeah, he do. I used,
She's like, what? I was like, Mom, why are you watching this? She's like, yo,
And then her favorite was America's Most Wanted.
I'm getting that 25,000.
And I used to be like, what the fuck are you? I was like, Mom, why are you
Like
watching this?
now,
She was
those
like,
be
yo, I
watching
found
like
the
Snap,
ex-boyfriend.
Rizzy Five.
You know, yes.
So then my sisters, I
I was
hate
like, you
Lifetime.
know, that's.
Most violent channel on
So my
television.
sisters was watching. My mom put them on the Lifetime, and I was like, that's the man hated.
So then my
That's the
sister.
most violent channel on
You know, I
television.
wasn't living there at the time, but I walked
So
in
my
and they
sisters
having a fucking
watching.
family event watching
They,
Snap.
my mom put them on the Lifetime.
Shit
I was like, that's the man hating that.
I
Lifetime
didn't
is,
watch it.
I walked
Yeah,
in,
well,
you know,
never
I
know.
wasn't living there at the time.
Lifetime is the
but I
most
walked in
violent
and
channel
and they
on
having a
television.
fucking
It's
family event watching
like, this is
Snap.
why y'all
Like,
don't be
turn this
single.
shit
so
off.
let me feel like-
Somebody getting kidnapped, raped, murdered. Bam.
This shit is ridiculous.
And I remember in
They
college,
wouldn't do that.
I was like, this is
Uh-huh. We're gonna make it work.
my roommate in college used to watch it all the time, and I walk and I'm like,
Was she
for real.
suicidal?
This shit is ridiculous.
No, she was just into it. That like, just
But
doing it,
then,
just
for
doing
me,
it.
that's the red flag.
Exactly. Like, we're not gonna be no Lifetime movie.
If I'm checking a female dating profile, and she said her favorite show is Snap, or we not talking.
For me, that's a red flag.
If her favorite channel on her cable box is Lifetime, I'm leaving.
If I'm
Fuck
checking the
that.
female's dating
If
profile, she
her
said her
favorite
favorite
show is Snap, in my mouth, that's not
talking.
gonna work. I'm a trigger you. I'm like, yeah.
It's a lot of
I'm gonna have to
these
call
shows.
If her
security.
favorite show is Snap, in my mouth, that's not gonna work.
But some of these
I'm
shows,
trigger
Call that
you.
I don't
nigga Hetty,
watch
call that
any
nigga
of
Hetty
them. Some of the
Murray.
shows are kind of funny. Like my parents watched that
Like, why your son
Sex
head
Sent
so
Me to
big?
the ER.
Man, no.
I walked in.
No.
Imagine me
No.
going
Show's about to
to.
go downhill.
No.
Imagine me going to my parents' house and they like, oh, I'm like, wait.
I
what
was
is going
scarred
on
by
in
that
here?
show, man.
I just seen the one where
Show's
the
about
lady
to go
kept
downhill.
coming
Well, first of all, I saw that before that came on the show.
I don't even
That
talk
was
about
going
it.
viral. Her video was going viral
Let me
before
tell
it
you
hit the show.
something.
So I saw that one.
Let me tell you something. If I walked into and my mom
It's like, I'm sorry, man. She called me. I had to do it.
Oh my God.
I'm like, turn that shit off, Mom. You ain't allowed to watch that.
So I saw that.
She's,
Let
I'm
me
gonna
tell
treat
you
you.
something.
I'm gonna treat
I don't wanna talk
I'm gonna
about
treat
it.
you how you treated us when we watch Cinemax.
But hold on.
Your hand
Like,
over
turn
here.
that shit
Oh.
off.
He's sitting here saying that, and this man over
I
here
don't
about to have
want
a
to
whole
talk about it.
nervous
I don't want to
breakdown.
talk. I got scarred by that show,
How you
man.
treat us when we watch Cinemax.
Yeah,
Put your hand over
man.
your eye.
Somebody have
Man, because they had an incident. You know, I told you I had an incident where a young lady was riding me and she missed, and yeah. They had a joint when I don't even want to talk about it because I got a visual memory and that shit gonna fucking
All people went through that. It's just
no.
that that
He
situation
actually
was
his
worse.
shit was that's that like I was we don't want I don't want to talk I don't want to talk no hey Dave I got idyllic memory nigga I'm gonna get a bit hey you gonna see me run off set and shit
For a man, like, if you ever want to see a man those videos
I'm gonna tell you like this. For a man,
I don't need that
for a
hair,
man,
but
like, if you ever,
I'm over here cringing right now. Shit.
It feels the pain. Yeah.
throw like you on somebody get hit in the nuts.
it make it
All
hard to
dudes
watch
is like,
UFC when they get hit in the nuts.
Like,
Oh,
Yeah, that show scarred me, dog. I can't. Every time I see it on my, when I hit the guy button, I see it. I scroll past like, no. I haven't played like, no, not again.
"Ooh, that's not good."
earlier we were talking about the Russia invading Ukraine. So some bars
So
have
earlier we were talking
Russian
about the
vodka.
Get the fuck out.
the Russia invading Ukraine and stuff. So some
It happened in DC.
some
It happened in
bars
DC. Like
have
I give you
full
some.
Russian
I
vodka.
look for the most obscure shit that I can find. Like, yo, really?
I'm just,
What are they?
it's
Like,
happening in
giving it
DC.
away?
This is happening in DC. Like,
They put it on the
I
shelf.
get these people.
Are they
I
giving
look
it
for the
away, or
most
they just
obscure
storing
shit
it?
It's
that I
been
can
in the
find.
back.
Like, some in the back. They probably drinking it at home, to be honest.
Bro.
All the back market. Like,
No, they just
Man,
they
hold
put it
up,
on the
hold
shelves.
up. How
Yeah,
you
yeah,
going?
hold on.
How you going?
Actually, not just
They probably still in the back. They probably drinking it at home, to be honest.
And Canada have started throwing out a day.
hey, they lying. Yeah, they putting it away until
Throwing it
Actually,
away
not just
is
DC.
code word for
Liquor stores
taking it home
across
and
the
drinking
US
it.
and Canada have
Uh,
started.
We gonna drink this shit. We ain't gonna sell it no more though.
Of Russian vodka and protests of bad
Throwing it away is code words for.
It's already
taking
been
it home
sold,
and
you
drinking
dumb
it.
motherfuckers.
That's like those people who
Stop.
were burning their Nike thing.
Yeah, that's what like Nike sitting there like, for real, y'all burning our shit after you done paid for it. Alright.
Or they would buy a Kaepernick jersey just to pay to burn it. Like,
This was my favorite
You know
part.
what?
They got a conference. When
So-
they was,
so this
when
is
they
my-
took the bulldozer and they was running over the
So-
CDs and stuff, and they look at
This was my
and,
favorite part of the NWA.
They made him platinum artist.
At a Compton. When they took the bulldozer,
Right.
they was running over the
It's
CDs,
platinum artist though.
and they look at Easy.
Thank you.
And
if you
He
want
was
to
like-
sing
he was
about
like-
something that you
what
bought,
they do with it? They paid for
that's
it.
up to you.
y'all
I still got my
I
money.
do.
I'm still gonna
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that's
If you want to steamboat
Um,
something that you bought,
Yeah, they ain't steal it. They just
yeah, I'm still getting
if
paid.
it was the store, well, no, even still. But here's the thing about Ukraine. I do want to share with you guys. So of course the people in Ukraine that are not fighting, they just want to leave. They're refugees at this point, trying to get away from war. They're going to neighboring countries. Unfortunately, on some of the buses, there's a lot of footage, and you guys can search the internet. They're blocking Africans from who are in Ukraine from getting onto the buses. And in Poland, as they're trying to cross over the border in Poland, they're being stopped.
Did not know that.
There's video of Poland officers at the border with their guns drawn, pointing at the Africans, telling them, no, you cannot cross, but letting white people go through. There was a video of a very large crowd at the Ukraine and Poland border. They were at the Polish border trying to cross. Everyone was turned away, but they're just sitting there. They don't have anywhere to go. So they're just sitting there. There was a lady who had like a 2-month-old kid, trying to feed the kid. You know, they're at the border. What's crazy is that all this is going on. It's like 3 degrees over there. And you got people just sitting there. They can't cross. They can't go home. And all because of the color of their skin. So even in the midst of all of this, and people are showing their support to Ukraine, yeah, black people are being treated like trash.
That's crazy.
They try, people try to like racism came from America. Yes, America is an elevated country, but it's everywhere. Darker people suffer.
Here's the thing: there were people who came from other countries, came to this country. They decided to get rid of the native people of this country because they were different and they wanted something, wanted their land. Those same people went over to Africa and captured people. So, although this country was founded on racist ways, the racism clearly started prior to those people coming. So it ain't. You can't say racism started in America because it existed before. When you look at biblical times, they speak of these people, and then kind of what, and we had that conversation about Whoopi. People were enslaving other groups of people way back when. This ain't had nothing to do with us. And it was a racial thing. Now those people weren't. They looked very similar to us because we're much darker than both groups of people. But it's a thing. It always has been a thing. It ain't started here.
It's the fear of something different.
Mm-hmm. And there's one common group of people that has a problem with that. Not to say that it's just Russia. Clearly,
It's white people.
but here's the thing. That's the problem when you say white people.
I say, I'm not racist.
Because look at
White
what
people.
Whoopi was talking about.
Fuck 'em
She
all.
sees two groups of white people for the Holocaust, right?
Yeah.
Cause I say, I'm
But
not
technically,
racist. Yeah, you are.
they're both white to us, yes, but they are two different groups of people. They have two different backgrounds. So it was a race thing.
I mean, but just because they're labeled it because the white is the only group that has classifications, European, Anglo-Saxon. We're just
That's-
African American.
That's in this country.
Yeah, I understand that.
Right. So
But
that's why I was saying that was Whoopi's way of thinking
yeah,
because she grew up here.
yeah, I can dig it, but
All came together.
they all came together, but they get the exception or the whatever connotation that they can actually decide what percentage or what white they are because that's what they dictate. They're making the rules and we're supposed to automatically say, okay, because they say it's so, that's what it's so. I got into a heated debate with my Jewish co-host about the race issue of Jewish. Oh, well, when I go on Ancestry.com, it says I'm such and such Jewish. I don't give a fuck what it says. Does it say Jewish on your application to file for a fucking job? No, that isn't for race. That's a religion. There's freedom of religion, so you don't get persecuted for you can't have it both fucking ways, that it's a race and it's a fucking religion, where you don't get persecuted for your religion, but it's also a race and you feel persecuted because of the Holocaust. No, that was one motherfucker that had a problem with your religion, and he threw the skin color shit in there, but it was still about fucking religion. Because Christianity is the most violent religion that's been out there, even though they claim Muslim is, but it's all bullshit.
Jewish people, first of all, I told y'all that when we talked about this before, there are different races. Just like we're black, right? But black isn't a race. Unfortunately, here in this country, white is a race, black is a race. That's not like that all over the country. I mean, all over the world. So when we look at Africa, we Americans were told we're trained to think of Africa as one whole. Africa is many different cultures, many different countries. So black in Africa doesn't mean that all of you are from one place. There's different types of black people. There are different types of white people. You see what I'm saying? So take yourself out of your American thought process. When you go to another country, they're not worried about, whether you're black or white. A lot of these countries worry about where you're from. You can be black and they're like, well, where are you from? When they're asking your nationality, they're not saying, oh, you're African. No, you're not. You're from France. You're French. That's what you are. That's your nationality in other countries. If you're black and you're from France, you're French. Period. We are the only country that these people that founded this country, the way that we know it, have decided it's white, and then there's everybody else. We're going to give y'all different names. African American is the most ridiculous thing ever. If you sit back and think about it, we're American. That's it.
We were born in America.
We're American. We have African ancestry, but truth be told, a lot of us also have European. Are you gonna call me European American?
They don't call it. There's no thing as the Irish American.
Huh?
There's no thing as the Irish American.
At one point it was. That's the problem. People don't realize that.
They don't
A
call
long
it.
time ago it was
There's no
because
thing
they
as
looked
an
at
Irish
the Irish
American.
people as beneath
There's no
them.
thing as an Irish
So,
The
American.
Europeans as a whole, they weren't racist towards each other.
So let's expand this because I'm glad you brought that up.
So,
So basically, and we talk about there's a book.
so,
I don't get it.
so let's
It's
let's
called
expand on
Nigga.
this
Somewhere
because
up
I'm glad you brought that up.
So the book I got, the book that I
So
called-
basically,
and
we talk about there's a book.
So
I don't
basically,
have to see it.
when we hear the word
It's called
nigga,
nigger. It's
basically
somewhere up
think
there. So it's a book I got. It's a book
That's
I
what we were
called
trying
nigger.
to think.
That's
And
what
it
we
expand on the word.
So,
I told him it's
So
not.
basically,
That's why I
when
told him
we
it's
hear the
not.
word nigga, we
you know,
basically think
there was. If you ever
But,
watched the movie Gangs of New York,
that's what we were trained to think.
they
So
say nigga a lot. But
um,
it's you are Irish nigga.
you know, there was.
You know,
If you ever watched the
I've
movie
heard
Gangs
saying
of
Yeah,
Gangs
for
of
the
New York,
Arabs, they call them saying niggas.
they say
you
nigga a
know,
lot,
you
but
could be a
it's
champion.
you are Irish nigga.
And I'm saying all this not to offend people.
You know,
But
I've
then again,
heard
if
saying-
But to do, if you get offended, fuck
if
you.
you
But
do get
yeah,
offended, if you do get offended, no, I'm going to speak good tonight regardless.
and I'm
Pretty
saying
much.
all
Not
this
going
not
to
to
change
offend.
how I really talk.
But then again, if like you get offended, I mean,
So
if you do get
that
offended,
word
I
is
mean,
associated
if you do get
with-
offended,
it's
no, I'm gonna
categorized
speak
with one
good tonight.
people, but it was
regardless.
used as
It's
a
not gonna really
word
change how I really
for
talk.
many.
But so
But
that
eventually,
word is associated
honed
with, it's
in
categorized
on
with one
one
people, but
race.
it was used
Yep.
as a
I mean,
broad term
honestly, the word
for
nigger
many
just means ignorant person. That's why I've been
Um,
called nigger by a white person before. I'm like,
yeah.
it's a colorblind word. Like, you're the nigger.
Eventually.
Because you don't realize that it
What
doesn't,
race?
just because I'm black, it doesn't make me a nigger. You're an ignorant motherfucker that don't know shit, so you're the
well,
nigger.
at the end of the day, negus, Negus, is something that I don't have a problem calling all of us that. Then that's royalty.
What they-
So you can call us
I
that.
could really give a fuck.
But I'm just
It's too
saying,
close. Too close.
it's too close. But guess what? Guess which term came first?
Oh,
You
yeah,
see what I'm saying?
you-
They decided to give a certain power to a word that we have allowed them to do.
To the point where
And I don't mean we, because we
That,
that term was
that's kind of
way
my
before
point.
us.
That's a trigger word that they know they can get somebody to jump out of their character.
Because if a white man calls you a nigga, guess what? He he's trying to insult you. He wants a reaction out of
What
you,
is it?
regardless of
What
what that
is it?
reaction is. If you get violent, see, yeah, that's what you niggers do. Oh, but
And then he
no.
gonna press charge.
If you decide, oh, I'ma just be quiet. Yeah, that's what I thought. So regardless, he's trying to impose his power over you by using that word.
No, you don't know. No. That's when you get sarcastic on that ass. That's what I do.
I mean, what's one of those things is people will you try to use it to trick you, and
Nah,
they'll
no,
use
no,
it
no,
to
no, but it's-
manipulate and to show power.
But it's I mean, it's one of those
I
things.
believe
It's people
Deep
will
Cup is
try
one
to
of
use
my
it to
favorite
trigger you,
books.
and they'll use it
Oh
to
yeah.
manipulate and show power.
And the question is asked, and when I first heard it, I
I
was
really
like, what the fuck?
Deep Cover is one of my favorite.
But the
books.
answer was so great.
And
You know the difference between the nigga and the black.
and
And
the
the
question
answer
is
was, the
asked.
nigga's the one
And
that would
when I
answer
first
that,
heard it, I
that
was
nigga
like,
answered
"What the fuck?"
Pretty much.
But the answer was so great.
Shit. When he
You
first
know the
was like,
difference between the
yo,
nigga and the
punch
black
that
man.
little white motherfucker in the face.
And the answer was
Because at the
niggas
time I
never
was young,
answered
so
you didn't
that
answer
came
the
out like
question.
92, 93.
Mhm.
Like, so at the
Still
time when I
watch.
heard it, the first time,
First, I was like,
fuck.
"Yo, punch that little white
But as an
motherfucker in the
adult,
face."
I understood
Because
his
at the
answer.
time
Yeah,
I was
dude.
young, so that came out
You
like
know, when he
92,
said,
You can't
93.
get
"You're the one
triggered.
that
Like,
would
so
answer that."
at the time when I
Can't
heard
get
it, the first
triggered,
time, what
bro.
the fuck?
Because here's the thing.
But as an
What you're
adult,
not going
I
to do is
understood his
decide
answer.
that you're
I
going to
understood
impose
learn.
your power.
You know, when he
what you
said a
think is your
nigga's the one
power
that would
over me
answer that
by this
question.
word.
I mean, by getting
I'm not
triggered by it,
entertaining you.
yeah, you're giving them power over you by getting triggered by it. That's what trips me out when folks, when a white man or, white person calls them a nigga, they automatically ready to fight. I'm like, dude,
That's what he wants you to do.
so he says one word, you get physical, he calls the police. You're in the wrong, you're going to jail. He's riding off into the sunset. Yeah, who gives a fuck if what he called you? He didn't put his hands on you. So it's like I tell this story all the time in my days at our old occupation. I had a buddy, I had
You don't want to.
my old legal
It don't matter.
occupation.
He don't want to know. Because
So-
you going to go into a whole.
No, I'm just
Nah,
saying.
we don't hear the trigger words.
Nah, I'm just, my man, one of my best friends to this day, like a brother. He used to fuck with me every day because he knew how to push my buttons. And then one day he put me in time like, you know you're a hard worker, but I know how to push your buttons. Why do you allow me to push your buttons every day just by saying this right here? You're allowing me to trigger. If anybody knows how to push your buttons, they're going to do it just because they want to. So that's why you never let a motherfucker see you sweat. You never know what bothers you or irritates you. You kill them with kindness and sarcasm. And you say shit that goes over their head when you leave them standing there looking stupid for 10 minutes trying to figure out what the fuck I just said to you.
Never.
I mean, I try.
Shotgun and kindness.
So that must be.
Hey, Dave, man, we ain't talking about that right now. Man. You bringing up old shit.
I mean, I'm
I'm
just
turned
saying
over
because
new-
you the one that sitting up here.
I mean, when I say kill them with kindness, I don't snap on them when they jump out of pocket.
Oh, so you not wilding out on them.
Yeah,
That's
they're not getting what they deserve.
You know that's not necessarily kind.
That is kindness for me because I'm letting it build
That's
up.
your definition.
Because
Okay.
when I unleash what I'm about to do, it's gonna fucking ruin your world.
You know, you can so negative and violent.
That's not negative. That's just letting the motherfucker know that I'm the wrong person to fuck with.
Are you ready to hear this cool song? Cause we need to have a
Why
right
you just so
moment.
negative?
No, man, I'm ready to blow up some shit, man. I'm ready to hit the new button,
Let
man.
me ask this question.
What that is.
Okay.
We need to
So,
have a light
If you met a person,
It's so
a
dark.
young lady from Ethiopia, right? You met a woman from Nigeria. What color?
It'll be different colors.
You consider them black? What's their race?
I guess black. I consider them black.
No, they're not black. They don't consider themselves. That's
They
number
don't
one.
consider themselves
Number
that.
two, are there physical differences between the two? From Ethiopia and from Nigeria.
Yeah, everybody has physical differences in everybody. So
Okay.
that's kind of a
So-
big question.
But a group of people from one place and a group of people from another place can have different physical features. Some that you can identify with, right? Okay. So the white man, they all black, right?
That's the point. Put them in a room.
That's what I'm saying about the Jewish people as far as the Holocaust is concerned. To us, they all white. But in reality, there are two different groups of people from two different places, and there are differences.
But the major difference is they worship different gods.
No,
Just because they have a different tint or a different skin color doesn't mean it's a different race. I don't give a fuck how you split the hairs. The whole reason is they're not Christians and they're Jewish. That's the main reason why they call them dirty Jews, because they killed Jesus. Because they killed Jesus. That's the whole thing with Christianity, why they hate Jews, because they killed Jesus. They're different. They don't worship Christmas. They don't believe in Christ is born on a December, whatever.
Listen.
They have a different mentality.
Jewish, you can look at, there
They
are
have
some
a different
people,
mentality than
there are some people who are Jewish, okay, because that is a race. They're from a specific place. So,
They will have a
Jewish
different
people,
mentality than
yes,
the
they all have the same, culture. They have a certain culture. They have a certain religion, but they're different people. They have different backgrounds, right? Hitler is not from the same place they were. They're two different races. So that's what I'm trying to say to you. That yes, it was about them being Jewish. It wasn't just their religion.
Halfway there.
It was about everything, because at the same time, when I'm talking to you about people from Ethiopia and people from Nigeria, two different places, they have physical features that are different. They actually have different religions. The whole nine. Because in Nigeria, they might believe in Orishas. They might be, Yoruba. They might not believe the same things that people in Ethiopia believe in.
Well, the funny thing
Just
is,
like
the
this whole
Ethiopian Bible is 500 years older than the King James Bible in actual books.
Right.
And Ethiopia
Well, the funny thing about
is,
Ethiopia
I
is
believe,
the
500
Ethiopian Bible.
I mean,
Right, but
my
what I'm
thing
saying
is,
is, I'm trying to point out to you that it is being Jewish is a race.
I get that point of view, but my point of view is the same thing with this whole new gender bullshit. It's still X and Y chromosome. I don't give a fuck what you label yourself. When it comes to science, it's either X or Y. You can label yourself this to make you feel comfortable. You can label yourself that to make you feel comfortable in a new society. But when it comes down to the science, that's what the fuck it is. This whole soft, coddle, offended, I want to feel comfortable in my safe place shit. I don't got time for that shit. It is what it is. Simple. Exactly. I identify as a millionaire and my bank account just don't reflect it. You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't talking about that.
But it all falls into the same shit in my mind. Not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying in my mind.
Right, but you're doing the same thing the white people doing when they look at Africans.
I just don't, honestly, I don't give a fuck about what you look like. It's about what's on the inside. It's about the person that you are. If you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit no matter what color you are.
Let's lighten up the mood.
Let's see Cool's though. Let's go ahead. I told you I've been on some political shit that I can't get out.
He keep going other places, and I'm like, where you going?
I'm going everywhere, nigga. I've been holding back my political views for a long time. I feel constipated.
Stop talking about people with their gender.
Besides, I need a slice of pie.
I've been holding back my political views for a long time. I feel constipated.
Stop talking about people with their gender.
I love coming to this job.
Oh man, I say that.
I'ma holler at you, bro. We gotta do some work, man. You better leave Alicia alone.
You know, we used to he's been funny.
Got that 90s feel, dog. I told you, man. I fucks with Cools, man. I fucks with them.
Yo, Cool. First off,
We three got the thug bounce going on.
Yeah.
and whenever you send music, definitely send out.
Yo, Cools. First off,
He ain't gonna send no raw stuff like
I
that.
like
Yeah.
and
Nana
whenever you
send
send
shit
music,
like that.
I
definitely
definitely
send out
like the mix.
like
You
yeah.
know, I like this. Like this, like that, and you know.
So I definitely
playing
like the mix.
Yes.
You know,
Cools.
I like that joint. Like,
You got to get
like
down
this,
here,
like
dog.
that, Anna.
feel like you're my lost long brother, man. You gotta come down, bro.
Yeah,
I connect. I'm just saying, I connect to all of the tracks that he's played to.
I
It's
just
like,
need to know his age, cause
you know, yeah. Hey, shut up. He said he was in a part of Philly I wasn't in before.
he might have relocated.
You know, I ain't got no babies out here. Cut that shit out. I told you.
How do we know?
Told you. I ain't got no babies.
Bro, I ain't got no.
Told you my pull-out game is spectacular. I told you that. Told you that.
Bro, I ain't even trying.
I'm just saying. I've been all over the world, but I mean, well, all over the country. Yeah, nah, yeah. I was listening to that, man. I was rocking that joint the other day, man. It made
See, you know what?
with the shiny suit on, dog. I was at home doing the Puff Daddy, dog. That shit was wild. But yeah, man, I'm just saying. I ain't had a shiny suit, but I was doing the dance. Though.
I'm sure. Please don't. I wasn't doing that.
You know the 90s was wild.
I was doing the Puffy. I wasn't doing the whole thing. Yeah.
But you got a tick.
I'm about to call 911. Don't do that.
That look like
Backwards
that
shirt.
ain't,
But,
that ain't the dance, nigga. That's a seizure.
well, yeah, man, shit is just wild out here, man. It's
I'm about to call 911. Don't do that
got
no
a
more.
war about to break out, not knowing what's going on.
Like,
I'm just saying because I'm thinking about some other shit because that Ukraine shit. I'm just saying that Ukraine shit pop back in my head.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
But I'm saying, I told you. Did I tell you? Did I tell you last night it was coming out, man? The politics. I'm aching. I think that's the inner GOP coming out. All right, I'm gonna get back to the video. I'm gonna get back to the song. I'm sorry.
Did you
Like I
like
say,
the song?
the song was bomb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was great. Thank
Yeah.
you for sharing.
I'm saying, man, this shit is on my mind.
Clearly.
I'm trying to stay off the news.
yeah,
Yeah, go ahead, Lady Anthony. Yeah, go ahead, Lady
I
Anthony.
love the song.
Yeah.
That's all we
Just
need
like
to know.
all the other pieces that you sent to us.
Clearly, but you know,
I
let
feel
Lady
like not
Antoinette
just the
have an
chorus,
opinion too
but
about the
the
song.
vibe was definitely old school. He's giving me a early '90s vibe, you know, the sound. And I feel like all of his songs that he's sending to us does have a theme, and I like that.
I like songs that you can visualize.
Yeah. But like I said, it has a theme, you know, and which will probably be great in regards to doing videos and things like that. So that's really good, and I appreciate it because it shows good workmanship. And I know a lot of people don't say that in reference to hip hop, but it to me it's important.
I love when artists can take the criticism and then be like, okay, well, I'm gonna see something better. Okay, I'm gonna see something better than
I
that.
love when
I'm gonna
artists
see something better.
Mhm.
And they don't take it and
can
get
take the
butthurt,
criticism
and they don't
then
take
be like,
it
okay, well, I'm gonna see something
and
better.
their feelings. They
Okay,
take
I'm gonna see
it and
something
they
better
say,
than
well,
that.
hold on, I got something
I'm gonna
better.
see
And I'll
something
show
better.
you something.
And they don't take it.
They
and
appreciate it.
and they don't take it.
That's
and
one of the biggest
being
things
their
that I
feelings.
really
They take
do
it
like
and they
about
say,
the
well,
show.
hold on, I got something better. I'm gonna show you
is that,
something better.
He's like, yeah, you're
I
right. It
think,
was a rough draft. But I got other stuff that wasn't.
That's
a rough
one of the
draft,
biggest
so let me
things
see
that I really do like.
That's
about
all.
it.
That's what it's all about.
Because
Is
once
that,
again, we have to
he
put
was like, yeah,
disclaimers
you're
on
right.
here
It was a
because
rough draft.
there's
But I
some
got other
people
stuff
that
that wasn't
ice
a rough
cream
draft. So
cone
let me send
feelings.
you that.
You know, and if you have these soft ass
Because
feelings,
once
don't send
again,
me your shit.
we have to put disclaimers on here.
We're gonna let
because
you know.
There's some people
You know,
that
if
got
it ain't
ice
good, I'm
cream
gonna tell you
cone
when it ain't good.
feelings.
If it's some doo-doo brown,
And
we're
if
gonna
you
tell
have-
you it's doo-doo
if you
brown.
have these
Dude,
soft ass
South
feelings,
Africa
don't
send
send
me
me
the
your
worst
shit.
track I've heard in 15 years.
I know you're not
You know, if
talking
it ain't
about
good,
the
I'ma
one
tell you
I
when it
handle.
ain't
Yeah, that
I
shit,
tried to take the high road, but she just decided to cut his throat. So I was gonna leave it
He
alone.
didn't have to cut his throat. He should have hung himself.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
He
that
couldn't.
shit
He
The
was
mix
couldn't.
was right. The flow was whack.
We-
Like there was you know what the best part about that song was?
When
He
it
didn't have
ended,
to cut his throat. He should have hung himself with that track.
can't
That shit
get
was
jiggy with
God.
this shit.
The mix
I
was
was
right.
like,
The
I was
flow
like,
was
yes.
like there
I
was
was like,
you
yes,
know
I
what
could
the best
finally have
part
my
about
2
that
minutes,
song
3
was?
minutes track of my time. Like
Yes.
this shit was
I
terrible.
was really disturbed. Y'all know.
It was really terrible.
I
I
was
You
was
took
like-
it personally.
I was like, yes.
did.
I was
I was
like,
like, yes, I can finally have my 2
You know
minutes,
about
3
South
minutes back
African
on my
hip-hop.
time. Like this
Apparently,
shit
you
was
don't know
terrible.
about South
I'll
African
never
hip-hop.
bring up South
He
Africa.
don't know about hip hop. Period.
you don't even know how to fucking rhyme. Like that
He's like, do
is
you know
terrible.
about
That shit
South
was hot
African hip hop?
garbage.
Apparently, you don't
Yeah,
know
oh, yeah,
about
that's
South
my-
African hip hop.
I'm sorry I had to
Don't
use
steal
it.
my line.
I'm sorry I had
You
to.
Don't steal my
Because
category.
you called it hot garbage, you didn't this time, so I was like, I need to insert that just to let her know how bad it
Just
was.
to remind
And I
her.
normally don't say that about, you know, people's tracks, because I know, you know, it's hard to be creative. Sometimes you might not hit the nail on the head. But that shit was hot garbage.
I feel like it's similar to what I was saying about those girls at brunch today. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. You really was talking like you was about to represent your whole country, dude.
That shit was.
That's when you put them to the side and be like,
Not a good
But
representation.
once again, that's why I appreciate Cruz, because he took criticism. He was like, "Well, I got more." And
Yeah.
I love an artist to have a catalog. Too.
Well,
But
Cruz
once again,
told
that's
he was
why I
good from
appreciate
the
Cruz,
beginning,
because he
so
took
that
criticism.
makes it easy.
He's like, well, I got
as
more.
well.
But
And
you know,
I
think
love
like
an
this
artist
is
to
that-
have a catalog
Okay,
too.
this is an
Like,
internet radio show. This is a podcast, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
If we take time to hear
but
your
you know,
music,
I think like this.
it's up to you to
is
be
that
like, well, you know
okay?
what, you like
This
this?
is an internet
Why
radio
not?
show. This is a podcast.
It's up to
whatever
you
wanna call it.
to make that moment. Because
if we take time to
come
hear
next
your
week,
music,
we could be booked
it's up
for the
to
next
you to
4
be
weeks
like,
when we have
well,
guests.
you know what? You like this?
We're not
You
gonna
might
be
got
able to
another
listen.
song.
Yeah.
It's up to you to make
So-
that move.
Or
because
you could be
we,
one of those
come
guests.
next week, we could be booked for the next 4 weeks, but we have guests, and
So
you
know, we get booked up pretty fast.
so
The only reason we don't have a guest today is because I pushed it back.
That's true,
I wasn't
too.
able to promote for the guests
So,
this week.
you know,
But
we get booked up pretty fast.
We deal with people that
The
have
only reason we
connections
don't
in-
have a guest today
from
because I
all up to
pushed it back because I wasn't able to promote for the
and then
for the guests
we all have
this
connections with artists.
But we get
entrepreneurs,
booked up
all
pretty
through
fast. We
DC,
deal with
DMV
people
area.
that have
We
connections.
have
all over the
people
country,
up
shit.
world.
Going up to Atlanta.
Let's not forget about our
And then we
friends
still
in
we
New
all have
Zealand.
connections
Yes.
with artists and
Yes.
entrepreneurs all through
So
DC.
the murder wasn't a shot. Don't fuck on me.
So
See, this is what I be talking about.
I'm just
This is what I'm talking about
What?
right here. You
Yes.
cannot get it
Why?
together. What?
Why can't I have my fun? Why can't I assert?
Larry was on plus on me. I was like,
Yeah, because they don't understand what we do and the pull and the reach that we have.
Right,
And they take it as a
like,
jo-
what does that
Larry
even
was on
mean?
fuck-
Mr.
Like,
Kyle said, "Don't fuck on me." Come on, man.
you talking about the angle.
Yeah, man, I was watching it the other night, man. I'm sorry, I should have kept y'all on do. But yeah, they what? Just saying the work that we put in and the connections that we have. We're not just doing this for fun. We're doing it because we have a love and appreciation for it, and we're gonna give you the real critique of it. Like you say, 151 gives you the engineering side of it. You know, hearing the music, the mix, and all of that. I give you the, you know, is it something that you would ride to, something that you would, you know, could actually see yourself playing when you know, riding out or whatever. Lady Antoinette gives you the analytical side of it to see where you're coming from, the music, the patterns, and, you know, what's your motive behind the movement that you're trying to have. So if we're taking the time out to critique your music, man up or woman up and understand that we're telling you this for your own good. That's all I got to say. You don't like that, fuck you.
See? We almost ended that on a
Positive
a
note,
positive note, but
but then CP3 just
right.
You know,
it
I gotta
shows
put the
CP3
exclamation. You know, I gotta put the
fashion.
exclamation point on it, dog. Come on, man.
Why are you so
Keep on
extra?
trying to tell y'all. Y'all, I know. How long we been doing this show together?
CP3 just like,
You know, I ain't gonna take the high road.
Apparently, it's been too long.
Well, I'm gonna take my high road.
Oh, really? And then
almost.
he about to choke on the beer. He couldn't say that with a straight face.
It just came to me.
I'll see. I told you earlier to go take a nap or something.
Tomorrow's the last day of the month, baby. I'm pumped.
You
Sell
pumped?
some cars,
Okay.
make some money,
Why is she?
do some big things.
How you sound?
I'm excited.
I swear. I need some holy oil or something for you.
Need some sage.
Yes, I do. And I haven't saged over here in a while.
It's taking over. You been slipping.
Right. That needs to be a permanent fixture on
Creep,
this
creep,
show.
creep, creep.
Get that together.
Taking over.
Who's taking over?
I don't know.
What?
Permanent fixture on this show.
That's why you need to go to bed.
What?
What? What's wrong with you? No, get it together right now. I need to breathe deeply.
We're poking the bed.
Poking what man?
You keep on feeding it.
Something's wrong with you.
You just figured that out.
No, I just like to remind you.
I already know that you ain't gotta remind me. I already know.
Oh my God. Breathe.
Somebody help.
Yeah, I told you already. You need
Come
holy
on,
water.
baby Jesus.
What? What's, did you mix these?
No, I did not. It's the sweet tea, baby.
You can't have no sweet tea. You can't even have regular sweet tea no more. You are banned.
He bought it.
Who?
I don't know.
That was good.
Exactly.
I put the lemon shit.
He said he bought it. No. I know.
I know I did.
That was a gift.
No way.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I put the lemon shit.
because we need it. Are we gonna have an in-house guest?
No, they calling it.
Good, because we need to sage this brother.
For what?
What you? Didn't you just say you knew something was wrong with you? That's
I don't
why.
mean I need sage.
You said what?
I don't mean I need to be saved.
You do. And it's gonna be like the beginning of the month.
I'm not evil.
What?
I'm not evil.
Says who?
Says me.
And
I ain't never hurt nobody that they deserve.
See, shout out to all of the individuals out here in the world.
That was asking for it.
That CP3 hurt.
I did not give you a warning. I did not warn you.
CP3 hurt you.
It is not my fault you didn't
We
take
need to
heed.
call- If you've been hurt by CP3,
Oh Lord, if I didn't put a number. Yeah, y'all ain't put the number out in a while.
You know what? Because I just like putting the number up today.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah, ain't nobody
they're
called
gonna have
me.
a whole class.
I told y'all I ain't got no kids.
You know what?
Ain't
Because
nobody
I
called.
was.
We ain't even say nothing about the
Cause I know y'all gonna put the call out.
But this
I
time,
ain't got no baby mamas no.
but this time we talking about the people you hurt.
These things ain't called. Well, they deserved it. That's what they're not gonna call it. Because I gave them the warning. If you keep going down this route, it's not gonna turn out well for you. If they don't take heed to that, that is not my fault. I'm being honest.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Silk the Shocker, let me ask you this.
What that is.
Who said that they were wrong? Who said they were wrong?
I did. I mean,
it's unbiased opinion.
I'm just saying, if I tell you, like, look, okay, I'm going to agree to disagree. Let's leave it alone. Because if you continue to go down this route, basically you're going to bring out a side of me that you're not prepared for. And if they don't take heed,
normal topics about the agree.
politics most likely. Sometimes even sports. Some of these dumb motherfuckers try to come at me with sports knowledge.
So you have your opinion and they have theirs, right?
Yeah, but the difference, I back mine up with facts. They back theirs up with opinions. So I'm like, I'm not going to continue to engage in this conversation because there's no need for me to, because I know that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
So you are giving an educated opinion.
Yes.
And you feel that their opinion is an uneducated opinion.
They pulling shit out their ass.
I said uneducated opinion.
I'm translating for my people that's watching my show. They don't understand the PC side of it.
Uneducated opinion.
Exactly. Sometimes,
He's not giving nobody credit for nothing.
I'm sorry.
The people that watch it.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
So, you know what? I ain't having this conversation.
I'm just saying, I feel what you're saying, but some of these folks, you have to break it down to the lowest degree for them. Because they'll try to read between the lines, like, what does that really mean? Like, look, you're stupid. This is what it is. If you can understand it, just stop thinking about it because you're going to hurt yourself. And leave it at that.
That's what you say to people?
Pretty much.
And you don't think that's mean?
No, because after I've tried to educate them and using my big words and my small words, and if it doesn't sink in, then at that point I'm like, look, this is above your pay grade. maybe you should just stay in your lane and flip them burgers and dump
I
them
knew
fries.
it when he said pay grade. I knew it was coming. We looked at each other. We both knew it was coming.
So
I'm just saying.
I need you to get your life.
talk about happy shit.
There is some.
I don't even know if it's happy.
Not in your world, it ain't. But in everybody else's world, it's happy stuff.
Well, spread some of that shit.
Some people have been happy about the
Talk
new
about
Tyler
happy
Perry
shit
movie
for a
with the
second.
Homecoming.
Well,
Okay, wait. I
I don't
thought
even
you
know if it's
said
happy.
you don't like the movie.
About the dog and shit.
I'm about
So
to.
now,
Some people have been happy about
I was about to say. I was about to go use the bathroom real quick.
what?
I'm about to dog the shit out of this movie.
This isn't the first one, from what I've heard. There was hot garbage.
It was more
Tyler
vanity
Perry.
in the movie than a normal Tyler Perry.
Yeah, it was a
I
lot.
didn't watch the whole thing, so let me say that right now.
That's a good thing.
I watched the whole thing.
Oh,
So
Lord.
people may be like, "Oh, they got better," but
It was
if
more
you've
of a
seen
fanny
one Tyler
in this
Perry
movie
movie,
than
you
a
say
normal
watch
Tyler
Tyler
Perry
Perry. You've seen him
I didn't watch the whole thing, so let
You
me
already
say
know
that
what's
right
gonna
now.
happen.
So
Well,
people may
I'm
be like,
gonna
"Oh, it
be
may got
real
better," but if you've seen one Tyler Perry movie, it's like watching Final Destination. You've seen him fucking
There are some
off.
surprises.
Like you already know what's gonna happen at the
what
end.
he normally goes for. He goes to
I just think
his
he's more
normal
than
storyline. Because there's a couple of times I was like, oh, didn't see that coming.
I mean, the last one I
just think he's
the
more
last
than
Tyler
this.
Perry I actually liked was Falling from Grace or some shit like
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah.
Ashtray bitch. Like,
I mean, the last one that I actually, the last Tyler Perry I actually liked was Falling. Was it Falling from Grace or some shit like
I
that?
can get close.
Ashtray bitch.
Yeah.
Be like,
Like,
ashtray bitch.
that was the
Well,
most original line.
This particular one was a
Ashtray
lot
bitch.
more cursing.
Yeah.
I think you get
And it
cushy.
wasn't just
You could be
like
like
his
ashtray
normal
bitch.
cursing. There was some F bombs immediately.
I mean, Medea said an F bomb, and I think Joe said motherfucker.
Immediately.
I mean, and
Every
that's
movie.
like, I thought I watched like the first 30 minutes, and I was like, yo, if I watch this
I
long
mean,
enough,
Medea
this shit's
said
like
to
watching
the
the park,
F-bomb.
I'll
I
be
think
brain
Joe
dead
said
like
motherfucker a couple of times.
Yeah.
So I
I
yeah.
mean,
While
that
y'all
was
talk about
that's
this,
why I
I'm
watched
gonna
like the
get
first
my
30
bladder
minutes. I was like, yo,
Thanks
Fuck
if I
Tyler
watch
Perry.
this long enough, this shit's like
Fuck
watching the
Tyler
park.
Perry.
I'll be brain dead like in like.
So,
I was trying to like, talk over him, but
didn't matter.
I'm like, thanks, sugar butt, and he's like, wants to say it again. But so in regards to dear,
It matter.
he does have some things that are acceptable, but
If you're a dark skinned black man, you're a villain.
well, no, not necessarily in this one.
90% of the time.
Yeah, this one was not that way,
The 10%.
Very.
You're
and
dark skinned black man, you're a villain.
I feel as though
90% of the
I
time.
did notice the fact that it was
The
a
10%.
Netflix movie.
Yeah.
I
Even
feel like
Falling
you
for
could
Grace,
tell
the dark skinned
Yeah.
nigga was
the
the
quality
villain.
of the movie, the cursing now versus before. He wasn't not to that
Yeah,
capacity.
he was real comfortable with this one.
Yeah. And then I feel like even with the
Yeah.
storyline, I feel like honestly it's
He was real
so,
comfortable with this.
it's not saying a whole lot, but it's saying something. I feel like when it comes to the Medea films, this was probably one of the better ones.
I think he should have retired Medea about 15 years ago.
Well, he said he was. When they had the funeral one, he said Medea was done. It was her,
I think
know,
he should
last
have
movie.
Medea about 15 years
and
ago.
he said he did not want to keep doing Medea because he didn't want to get old himself while doing Medea.
I mean, he likes that dress.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You heard that sigh, right? I know you heard her sigh over there. Okay. Yeah, this is the reason for it, because we knew it was coming now.
He's one step away from backpack.
You heard that sigh.
But
I know you heard her sigh over there.
I will say,
Yeah, this is
I will say that it was a better.
He's one step away from backpack.
It was a better, a better Medea movie. Just said.
I mean,
Like Medea isn't the Medea movies aren't known to be the best of the best.
So the only one I've actually made it through that was a Medea movie. I think
I mean,
Man Black.
the Medea movies aren't known to be.
She wasn't really.
So I think the only one I've actually made it through that was a Medea movie.
That nigga
I
was
think was
beat by
Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
He was in the wheelchair. I mean, you probably would have did something.
You would have
shit.
had you got hurt
That nigga was
and been in the
beat.
wheelchair, depending on who you was in a relationship at that
He was in a
time with.
wheelchair.
Oh,
You
honey.
I mean, you probably
I
would
could
have
see
did some of the
somebody
shit that he
doing that
did.
to
Had
you.
you got hurt and been in the wheelchair, depending on who you was in a relationship at that time.
And the funny part of that
Might
movie
have
was
deserved it.
when we did access her and she's like, and she tells her, she's like, oh, I know she's beating that.
Right.
And
She
she's
was
like,
like- And the funny part of that
And
movie
it's funny
was
because
when-
it's funny you
when
say that
when
because she did
we
reference that
access
movie.
her, and she was like, and she tells her,
She
she's like,
referenced
oh, I know
that some of the
you
things she did in that movie.
And
And
she
she was
called
like,
out.
I bet I
she's
had
like, what?
somebody, I did this and this and that. So she referenced some of the things that she did in that movie,
No, for real?
which was good.
Some of the things she did in that.
I was shocked that Tyler Perry's character Brian was not
She referenced some of the
Not in
present.
it.
Yeah, I was shocked when he plays. He's dressed up as himself, but he
I
plays
mean,
Brian the lawyer.
It's Medea in men's clothes.
Was
Well,
not in there.
I mean, but there's also Joe who plays Joe.
He's dressed up as himself, but
I mean,
Medea in women's
it's Medea in men's clothes.
Medea and then Joe. So that was yeah. So, but I mean,
Medea
real
in
talk.
men's clothes.
Tyler just, I feel like he did that for the people because a lot of people complained about him saying that he's retiring Medea. They were saying,
Why?
"Wow."
But they're idiots.
Well, I'm gonna be real with you.
Tyler just, I feel like
I'm not a fan of his work.
because a lot of people complained about
Okay.
him saying.
Let me tell you something.
Why? 'Cause they're idiots.
It's not surprising. I'm not a fan of his work, but I respect his hustle.
Let me tell you
Oh my
something.
God. Tyler has done so
Neither am I.
much for Black Hollywood in the sense that a lot of people feel like he's like the founder of what is now considered Black Hollywood. Because a lot of people have come through Tyler Perry's movies and plays, and they big time now.
Hey, Jamel Wansworth, why do you have no comment? Cool intentions. Why do you, if your
Hey,
DJ
Jamel
name is Cool
Wansworth,
Intentions, you should
why do
never
you
have no comment.
Well, I'm just saying like Tyler Perry Studios. I mean,
Cool intentions. Why do you? If your
That-
DJ
that's
name
his
is Cool
volume
Intentions,
right
you
there.
should never
So
have no
I
comment.
admire what he did with this studio.
Yes,
However,
and he's given a lot of people a stage,
yes.
and so that is what
Yo, I admire what he did
adore.
with this
I'm so
However, that
proud of that.
Boondock episode,
You know what?
Yes.
you some bitch. That Boondock episode is one of the greatest things ever.
However, that
You
Boondock
couldn't get that
episode.
one right to the TV. You had to buy the DVD.
That
No,
Boondock
I think it did
episode
come on
is
regular
one of the
Tyler
TV.
Perry blocked that
greatest
shit.
ever.
I
think you want me to watch
get that one on
yeah, that's what I'm
regular
saying. I think
TV.
it came on one.
Yeah, they blocked it. That's like the funny.
Cause Tyler Perry.
That's one of the funniest episodes.
No, Tyler Perry blocked that
Man,
shit.
that was
I think
it
it
was
woman
around
wanted
Ice
it.
Cube.
Tyler Perry blocked it. Yeah, they blocked it.
But
That's
I feel like, you know,
that's
with
one of the
Tyler Perry,
funniest
Mama Duke,
episodes.
that's who.
Yeah, they tried to change.
gotta
it.
denounce Ice Cube.
We knew what they were talking about, clearly.
You was a
Ma
bitch.
Dukes, that's
That's my shit.
But I feel like with Tyler, I definitely love what he's done and the doors he's opened for many people. At first, the first time I ever saw like a Medea play, I thought it was funny.
A lot of people love it.
But no,
was
like
not
I
one.
thought it was funny. I didn't think it was like the best thing ever. I thought it was funny. But after a while, you know, and then some of the jokes I was like, okay, that's kind of corny.
A lot of
But
people loved it.
like
I'm
the
just not one of
shows and things that he has, I can't. I can't.
I mean, let me. Daddy's Little Girl was a good movie.
Okay.
I don't
That
think
wasn't
it-
a
that wasn't
Medea,
movie.
no,
It was a good
but
movie.
it was, yeah, no,
I mean,
don't get me wrong, some of his movies
Daddy's Little Girl was
are
a good
okay
movie.
to me, but
I don't
like
think
the shows and
there was
things,
no
I
damn movie, but it was a
can't.
good movie.
I've seen the show Sisters. It looks like it's pretty decent. I feel like a lot of people favor that show out of all of his shows. That's getting a lot of traction, a lot of popularity. But there are some shows that were out. My parents love it. They do. They watch Tyler Perry, and I'm just not a big fan. But I definitely feel like he is very important to Black Hollywood, and I love that about him. I love his hustle, his drive. I love his story. Just not a big fan of all the work.
I mean, you know, I just think, you know, Medea is the Black version of the artist. I mean, I just don't know.
I love his story.
You are so disrespectful.
I mean, you know,
No.
I just think,
Oh
you
my
know,
God.
B is the black.
What? First of all, B. Arthur ain't never. She couldn't have. Now, I love the Golden Girls and all that,
No.
but B. Arthur could never.
No, I
For many years, I thought the author was.
Man, I like him.
Until I found out, and then I watched the old show she did called Miles. I was like, oh no, she looked like that from a while ago.
For
Even when she
many
young, she looked like that. I was like,
years,
oh shit, that's right.
But there was a picture of her when she was
until
really
I
young.
found
She
out,
actually
and then I
did
watched
not look
the
bad.
old show she did called Miles. I was like, oh no, she looked like that from a while ago. Even when she young, she looked like that. I was like, oh shit, that's Frankenstein's monster.
But don't worry, there's others that share that
Why they go
sentiment.
that
But
far back in the time machine?
B. Arthur was not that gangster.
I know.
There is nobody out here like Medea. Girl talk. There's no who's out here like Medea.
Jamal Wong said,
I'm trying to take the high road.
I'm not saying that's a
I'm
good
trying
thing.
to take the high
I'm
road.
not saying that's a good thing.
So Jamal said his mom
Watson
used to
said
put Medea play.
his mom used to go.
Sleep because it was long.
They were very long.
So
But I will
Jamal
say
said
Tyler
his mom
has
used to put
he's
the
like
Medea
he's
plays
like
on to go
Kirk
to sleep 'cause
Franklin.
it was
Like
long
he
as
can
fuck.
find talent.
Yeah, sexual addiction to watching.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's not what I said. I said he will find talent.
I'm just saying,
He will find talent. He is the Kirk Franklin of Black Hollywood. He will find. Kirk don't have no talent, but Kirk will find that talent.
I'm just saying when you think of
Hey, I was just asking a question.
And Diddy's another one. He don't have no.
Diddy's big in town to find talent.
That's what I'm saying. They'll find talent.
And then Legion of
Then,
the talent.
then I heard he fucked the talent.
You know what?
Male or female.
Y'all
I'm
going
just going
down
off from what y'all
road.
told me. I'm just going from the shit y'all done. I done learned on the show from y'all, so I'm just adding my critique to what I done
can't
learned.
tell you nothing.
Hey, look, I told you I just go to work and I go home and I watch sports. When y'all tell me this other shit, it blows my fucking mind. So I gotta bring this shit back up because I'm like, I didn't know this shit. I thought the nigga was cool. I didn't know he was fucking his male artist could get him put on. Where the fuck this shit come from? I didn't know. Like I'm saying, y'all telling me shit. Then y'all said he fucked one of the made it do some bullshit. Oh man, I done heard some
Told you
stories.
the storyline.
Yeah, that's some crazy shit. That shit done blew my fucking mind. How I'm supposed to be able to sleep at night knowing shit like that?
Oh man,
I'm just saying.
You went completely left.
I'm just saying.
Completely left.
What we talking about, CP?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I'm just going with the flow, man.
Exactly. You don't know what we're talking
I
about.
know because I don't know what the hell you were
completely
talking about.
left.
None of us do.
Having a flashback to old shows.
Clearly,
Man.
you having some serious.
Shit happens, dog.
I know because I don't know what the hell you were talking about.
So it's just gonna be a wild show. I
None of
tried
us
to
do.
warn you.
So man,
We will.
So
Leave
Jamel
my
said
sweet
that
pea
Kirk-
alone.
Jamel said that Kirk Franklin can actually play keys and read sheet music.
you're right. You're right.
And
He's a musician. He is not a singer, and
So
he's trying
Jamel said that Kirk. Jamel said that Kirk Franklin can actually play keys and read sheet music.
That's a talent in itself.
Right, because honestly, I didn't even say
And
that.
but
My bad.
Jamel, you forgot
But
his greatest asset
And
is
truth be
reach
told,
off
he
other
is
people's
talented,
talent.
but he's not.
That's a talent.
The
in
majority of
itself.
the times, like when you hear
He's the
their,
PG of the gospel.
he is, and when you hear,
DJ Khaled. with those.
no, because a lot of times what you hear, what they're famous for is, well, actually, I think in his earlier days, he composed the music.
And this is why we
He's like
sing.
he's a composer.
He was the Diddy of
Cause
gospel.
he be
He's
streaming on the track
this
like
is why
Khaled.
we sing. And then the choir said, "This is why."
Cause you
Like,
tell us
this is
to.
why we sing.
What?
He was a Diddy of gospel.
Both of y'all,
we have-
both of y'all go to hell. Y'all don't even know the words to the song. So I
Sing
need y'all
because
to
I'm free.
stop it.
That was how we knew.
I know you don't. Neither one of y'all know the
Sing
words.
because I'm happy.
Oh, baby, trying to show you know some words.
Sing because I'm free.
You know damn well I don't know the
You
words.
talking about some we sing because you told us to.
I didn't know the words. Oh, do you want a revolution?
All I heard was smack your ass for the Lord.
What? That is not what he said.
I just know the only words
Oh,
is,
man.
oh, do you want
That
a
Revolution
revolution?
song got a lot of older.
The Storm joint.
Yeah, they got a lot of
And I
older
think
people.
he reminded me of a gospel Herbie Love Bug.
I remember
man.
when that came out, a lot of the older people in
The
the
Storm
church
joint?
angry.
Yeah,
I remember
it
the
reminded
thugs
me
They
of-
dislocated their hip and they
The
stomped
thugs
and
on the
shit.
corner was rocking with stuff. Like they would be beating the nigga down. They'd be like, "Do you want a revolution?"
Beating to the beat.
I
Stomp,
remember the thugs
nigga.
liking it though.
Coordinate.
The thugs on the corner was rocking with Stomp.
Amen.
Like they would
When
be
he
beating
had
the nigga down. They'd be like, "Do you want a revolution?"
He did. Honestly, he did.
Yeah. And I feel like that was a big
Amen.
change for gospel music.
It was.
Yeah.
It made.
He
It
did.
was the first
Honestly, he
time
did.
in a long time that made gospel music. Because those songs are being played on secular
Yeah.
stations.
It was.
Yeah.
And
It
then
made
they
it
gospel
made it
music
made it was the
more
first
acceptable.
time in a
And
long time that
relatable
made
to other people.
gospel
It-
music because
it
that those
broadened
songs are being
things.
played
And
on
that's another thing when
secular
it comes to
stations.
like Tyler
And
Perry.
then it
I feel
made
like
gospel
he changed
music
a lot of
more
things
acceptable.
in, you know, Hollywood.
He made it acceptable for dudes to be wearing wigs and doing
That is
TikToks.
not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about opening the door for people and bringing your own. Y'all so ignorant, I swear.
So,
Oh my God.
so because
Y'all not gonna, cause I like Tyler. Don't
Yeah,
get
he
it
opened the door,
twisted. I like Tyler. Y'all leave that man
I
alone.
watched the movie. I don't know what the
So-
movie was that he was acting in. And he is a
So because
horrible actor, man.
Alice Cross.
Yeah, that's what it
Oh.
was. That motherfucker could not just wear out a wet paper bag.
Like a prostitute with $2.
Oh my god! I was like, "Where's Morgan Freeman, the oldest man on earth? Please put him
See,
back
you
in
know
this
what? If you
role."
don't stop throwing shade
So
to all.
that
I'm
like-
just
like-
saying, Morgan Freeman, dog. I'm saying
So I'm about to play a video.
Yes, because
That nigga
y'all
been an
are
old
dragging
nigga since he was
this
an old
whole
nigga.
show down with your
I'm
nonsense.
saying he been an old nigga since he was an old nigga. He was in Glory, he was an old nigga, and he still
That
acting.
nigga was in that electrical. He was old.
Y'all gonna stop throwing shade.
Except for the nigga was retiring in '98.
Morgan and Tyler, these are not my thoughts.
That nigga still retired.
And that was back in the 70s.
Seven nigga was retiring in '98.
That's so ignorant.
Yo, this is Jet Rowdy Gin and Juice.
Bitches tryna link like a Wi-Fi. Looking sweet like I'm riding in the truck time. Kind of looking like ice cold aqua. Putting up on cheese.
Ice cold aqua.
You got her, huh?
Never used that. So cool. Look, it's cold aqua.
This nigga.
Do that.
Outside? In
What
my
you
house.
do?
Breaking into my house.
He got the microphone. Fuck with him.
No, this was what he got there. I think he left like 20 minutes.
Oh boy.
You should like this nigga. He smokes all day.
Talking about drinking gin all day. I'm like, whoa. That's action for the police.
I was watching my son break into my house.
What? Damn video cameras. I mean, had that shit back in the night.
Man. Cause I knew my parents.
They ain't had that shit back
How
in the
long it's
90s.
gonna take for them to get home?
Nigga.
Sneak up into my window. It was over top of the door.
My bathroom window was open.
Man, I used to sneak up into my window. It was over top of the door.
But now we had a dog. He would have snitched on me if I did that. I feel like that's why
I got
my
home before everybody.
parents did that.
I got home before everybody, so it made no difference.
That's all the pets.
You got home before everybody. You lying?
No, mama ain't get home till 4:30, 5 o'clock. Daddy ain't get home till like 7. I got to school at
They working
3:30.
at night.
No, they just work long hours. So I got off.
Oh, you talking about afternoon?
Yeah, when I was at
Yeah,
home.
that's what I'm saying. I knew what time they got home.
We ain't had no cameras there.
We didn't either. That's what we talking about.
I know, me too. Had some fun back there.
That's like for my kids. Oh, baby. I got cameras in a couple different places. Play if you want to.
Put them in a figure 4 leg lock.
Huh?
Put them in a figure 4 leg lock.
My son got an iPhone. Come on now. These kids want these iPhones. You know your parents can track you real easy with iPhone.
Yeah. Got location on all my nieces and nephews. They all got iPhones. They don't know
Right.
why.
I'm like, yeah, y'all want you want an iPhone, baby? Show. I'm gonna give you an iPhone.
Like, why the fuck you at the mall? You supposed to be at home.
I was thinking, find my iPhone. And you could have it shut down.
I know.
And with the quickness.
How you think I got an iPhone? My sister got an Android and all the kids got an iPhone. Who you think in control of that shit? I tell them all, got 17-year-old niece. Make me have to hurt them motherfucker.
Yep.
Like I tell niggas, I get locked up again.
And my son forgot that iPad is included. He tried to tell me he couldn't find his iPad. He was gonna punish me. That's what I did. He had the iPad stuck in between the bed and the wall, trying to hide it. And it was completely charged. So I know you knew where it was. It wasn't lost.
He's slipping. He's slipping.
No, wait until he left it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna find his iPad. Who was that?
Retro version.
Okay.
You interviewed him, didn't we?
Yeah. You should remember at least some names. Maybe not.
I mean, when we
Retro
said the
version.
name, I remember we interviewed him.
Yeah.
Applause right there.
No. You don't get applause for something you should already do.
Stand an ovation.
Oh,
Man, an ovation. Tip drip. Oh, my bad.
How do you go? You know the mics are live right now. You understand? And the first one is standing ovation and tip drip. Good job.
It's a good combination.
How do you go to standing ovation? You know the mics are live right now. You go to standing, and the first word they hear is standing ovation and tip drill.
Drop it like it's hot.
Good job. Good job.
You was talking about the birthday song with twerk and shit. What's wrong with that fuck?
I was giving a story about
You was
what
talking about
actually
twerk, but
happened
exactly.
today, and
Okay.
how it was embarrassing to Black culture.
I'm speaking figuratively. It's
What that has nothing to do with anything.
Wouldn't mind seeing somebody dropping like it's hot.
I bet you would.
I'm about to say.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably
Just saying. Just observation.
What's up? Never mind.
I bet you would.
Never mind.
I mean, that's
I'm
probably a
gonna
given.
ask you more questions. I don't have no questions for you.
Keep on feeding
Because
into
you
it.
keep being, you can be more ratchet as we go.
Oh man.
Oh, you know that's CP3. You know.
Yeah, being ratchet.
Having fun, baby.
You give them a drink.
Some drinks.
Talk come
Oh,
out.
you know, that's
Yeah, that bottle getting empty.
MO.
Yeah, and I feel like you was the main one.
I only had one drink.
Nigga, whatever, you had to.
From this,
I don't-
he had this too.
Look,
What?
that ain't all my fault.
Yeah,
I only
actually
had
it
one
is.
drink.
Fuck it. I gotta work open and close tomorrow anyway. Fuck.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh yeah. Just need one more.
You can do it. So Chris Brown has
Oh shit.
2 women claiming, not one, but 2 women claiming that they are.
Did he sexually
He
harass them?
taking.
So
drugged
Chris
and
Brown
sexually
has
Nigga taking
Well, the first
pussy.
one I broke that
2
down.
women
This
claiming,
nigga taking pussy.
not one, but 2 women claiming that they
Do you
are.
really believe that though?
I mean,
That
I
he
don't
drugged
know.
and
These
sexually-
You
red
don't
dudes,
know.
some of these red dudes, I don't know.
So you in the sun for one summer, and now you throwing shade to your own
I
kind.
am light brown. I am not red.
When you got dark, guess what you did? You turned red
I am light brown.
for now.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Wait a minute, what color are your legs?
We ain't talking about that. What's on camera right now? I'm brown.
Your
I'm
real
rich.
color
Shut up.
is red.
A lot of folks don't know that. We ain't talking about all you bringing up old shit. We talking about right now. I'm brown.
That man came to this place with some shorts on. Oh my god.
I get that from my daddy. Shit.
Oh, okay.
We like two tones. We brown,
Two-tone.
we brown up
No,
top and
your
yellow
real
down bottom.
color is your legs.
That ain't my real color. This I don't get no sun on my legs. I'm wearing
That
khakis
means
every day.
that's your real color.
I'm wearing khakis every day. I need some sun.
You mean that's your real color?
No.
Okay, gotcha.
No, I am not
You need
red.
to just be sitting outside
No.
in the summertime.
Exactly. That's what I need to do. That's what I used to do. You know, at that old job, I wore shorts and I got sun, and I had my
The
regular
fact that
tent.
you have to. That's not your regular tent.
That's
You
my
have to
regular
tan.
tent. Look, that's my regular tent.
No.
I am light brown. I am refused to be called red. I am not red. I am brown.
Light brown.
I am light brown.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're not red. You white.
Fuck. Fuck. I'm sitting there. Fuck that.
Light brown.
They call me white. That's worse than calling me a racist.
That was disrespectful.
You know, I used to strip back to my old days now.
That's what we want to hear.
I had to do what I had to do now.
Cause you're more like Medea than we
Like you
know.
said, the lights was cut off, nigga.
Wait, let's back up. You just like Medea.
I did some strange for some change.
You just like this is Medea. That's why Tyler act like that. He must have seen something about
I ain't never get on the pole though. Fuck that.
But you used to strip. Well, Medea said that it wasn't actually a pole.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Hey, I would never on the pole.
Mm-hmm.
Do some strange for some
Medea
change.
carried weapons in her purse.
Make do some harder for
You,
$1.
you starting to understand?
I will not.
I have not been. No, I have no assault charges on my record.
Medea don't have none either.
She went to jail.
For was it because she flipped out on that lady and she was running from the police? That was the reason why. It
I ain't
wasn't
never run from the police.
right, but you ain't as old as Medea,
Hey, I ain't been to jail
so
either.
it's time.
They left me in the holding cell.
She didn't go to jail until then.
Motherfuckers. Huh?
So CP3.
Yo.
There's a young man. He was he had the equivalent. His mom paid him the equivalent of like $1,800.
So CP3.
Social media.
There's a young man. He was
For $1,800.
His mom paid him the equivalent of like $1,800.
I mean,
for social media for 6 years.
let me take a picture.
For $1,800.
Is that bad?
That's what it total.
And the reason why I said it like that is because you can actually make money off of social media. So I thought it was like $1,800.
I mean, from what I heard from you telling me about the story that she wanted to keep him off social media. He was apparently getting good grades and was, doing well, but apparently he might have been sneaking off using somebody else's phone or whatever.
No doubt that he was.
I mean, social media is, in some cases, it can be toxic, especially for a young adolescent, teenager, because they're trying to figure out who they are, and then they're on social media, see this, see that, and then they see a whole bunch of different images, and then, a whole bunch of problems can come from that. So, I mean, paying him to not be on social media, I just want to get a little nigga a cell phone. I mean, instead of paying a motherfucker, I don't.
Still get on social.
I mean, he can still get on. I mean, if he jumps on it when he's at school, at the library, but he doesn't have access to it at home. Okay, I mean, because the mom might have a point. Social media it's good and it's bad in the same way, especially. Yeah, but especially for adolescents, I think it should be a restriction on it because I don't condone my nieces and nephews they've had phones since they were like 8, 9 years old. I don't condone that, but they're not my kids, so it is what it is.
My niece has had a phone since she was like 10 or 11. Where the fuck do you go?
So my daughter had a phone at 10. Guess what I got?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a old school.
My niece has had a phone since she was like 10 or 11.
It ain't had no camera.
So my
20 now, but still.
My niece and I'll never forget this. I love my niece. Shout out to my little niece. Jada. She's 16 now. She thinks she's gone. I can't wait to beat the shit out of one of her boyfriends.
My niece 17.
And I'll never forget this.
My daughter is
Shout out to
20,
my
so I
little
understand.
niece. She's 16 now. She thinks she's
One day I was
at
at work, and I remember this. I was working in Largo. I was at the Staples in Largo, and I was walking to the greatest
One
fast
day
food
I was
restaurant
at work,
ever,
and I was
Chick-fil-A,
and I remember this guy. I was working in Largo. I was at the
Chick-fil-A.
Staples in Largo,
Such
So pleasant, so
and
pleasant.
such
I
a money.
was
And I couldn't even
walking
enjoy my
to
breakfast.
the
because
greatest
I
fast
happened
food
to
restaurant
look,
ever,
my
Chick-fil-A,
niece
to get
post
breakfast.
some ratchet video of
So
some
pleasant, so
dude,
pleasant people.
like playing
And I
some
couldn't
ratchet
even enjoy my
music, and she
breakfast
like
because
something,
I
yada
happened
yada
to
yada.
look. My niece
And I had to
posts
call
some
her.
ratchet
I was like,
video
She interrupted
of
your
some
good holy
dude
breakfast.
like
Yes, I
playing
didn't
some
enjoy
ratchet
it.
With
music,
her
and she like
devil
something,
music.
something, yada
Real
yada
ratchet.
yada.
And
And
I
I
was
had to
just
call
like,
her,
yo,
and I was like,
She interrupted.
take that shit down.
yes, I
And
didn't
she
get to
was
enjoy
like,
it yet
what? I was like, take it down.
with her
And she was like,
ratchetness.
well,
And I was just like,
my
yo,
mom knows it's there.
take
And I was
that
like,
shit
I
down.
doubt that, but
And she
let me
was
just tell you
like,
something.
what?
And she
I
was like, what? And I
take
was
it
like,
down. And she was
I
like,
get off
well,
work very early today.
my mom knows it's there. And I was
You
like,
can
I
take
doubt
it down,
that,
or I can show
but
up
let
at
me
your
just tell you
school.
something. And she was like,
I'm gonna let you
and I
make
was
that
like,
choice.
I get
And
off
if you
work
need
very
some
early.
references of the type of work I hand out, call
You
your
can
aunt
take it
and your
down,
brother,
or I can show up at your school.
because I beat kids.
I'm gonna let you make that the choice. And if you need some references of the type of work I hand out,
In
call
that
your
order.
aunt and your brother. Because I beat
So
kids.
by the time I got to the restaurant, she called me back. She said, "Oh,
And sleep
good.
good.
Okay, man, took it down." So I checked.
In that order.
Good choice. Because
So,
as
by the
I'm
time I
walking,
got to
I'm
the
like,
restaurant,
what
she
time does
called me
so-and-so
back.
come
She
in?
said,
I'm going to tell them about to leave
"Okay,
early.
man,
I'm
took it
taking
down."
Uber straight
So I
to her
checked.
school. I'm going to call her mother on my way to her school.
good choice.
And we about
Because
to have a
as
bad
I'm walking,
time.
I'm like, what time does so and so come in? I'm gonna tell them about to leave early. I'm
really
taking Uber straight
feel
to her
like wearing a
school.
shirt.
I'm gonna call her mother on
So
my
my
way to her
nieces and
school,
nephews,
and
I still
we
do
about to
kids.
have a
No,
bad
they, see,
conversation.
that's the thing. My nieces and nephews know. All
I-
they gotta do,
I-
my
I
sister gotta
really
do is say, "I'm
thought
gonna call
about
you
wearing
up
a
and
shirt.
they straighten up quick." 'Cause they know
Tell
I
my
don't play
nieces
that
and
shit.
nephews, yo, I
I
still
will
beat
beat
kids.
your ass no matter where and how old you are. I don't give a fuck. You is not gonna cut up and disrespect nobody. If I don't feed you and clothe you, you will die. That's the way I look at it. You can't support yourself. You don't. That's point blank. Like you said, I bought you and I take you up. If I don't feed you and clothe you, you will die. So what do you? What do you? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's the way.
You want to go to church?
Yeah, I'm just saying. That's the point blank to it. I don't play games. It's point blank to what it is. Look, you're dependent upon me. You're gonna listen to what the fuck I say. If not, there's going to be a problem.
End of days type of way, you will die.
Look, I was listening to the radio. They was talking about some kid and her father. She was running late for school. They made a order for Starbucks to help her, and she told her dad, "Don't speak to me right now. I don't feel like you talking to me."
I'm sorry, what?
You know, I will power bomb your little ass before we go to school.
And she can walk.
I'm like, these little
She can walk
motherfuckers
and find
nowadays
another place to stay.
think that they can just, say what they want. And I told my
She could
nieces and
walk to
nephews that
school and find another place to stay.
I was like, if I ever hear about you talking back to your mom again, you won't be seen again.
She can also get the shoes up that her daddy paid for too,
Right.
while she walking to school.
Like, no,
I mean,
that shit don't fly, bro. I'm sorry. I don't understand. I always said nowadays the sad thing is we don't have parents anymore. We have people with kids.
you got people don't want to be friends with their kids.
Yeah, they don't because they don't know how to be a parent.
Well, I used to tell.
I'm not gonna be your friend till you grown, and then even still, I'm still remind you that I'm your mom.
I will
The
let you
funny
know.
thing about that is, I used to hate when my mother used to say, "I'm not your friend," but then when my sister got older, and then my
The funny
nephew
thing
got
about
older,
that is,
I literally had
I
to
used
remind
to
her.
hate
Like I remember my
when my
sister
mother
got mad at
used to
me.
say, "I'm
I
not
told
your
her something
friend."
that she was just like.
But then when my sister got
I don't
older,
like you. You're not
and
my
then my
friend.
nephew
I'm
got
sorry.
older, I
You're
literally
right.
had to remind them of that.
I'm not.
Like I remember
You're
my
right.
sister got mad
My
at me.
job is to
I told
protect
her
you
something that she was
from you
just
doing
like,
stupid shit.
"Eh,
And beat
I
up your
don't
next
like you.
boyfriend.
You're not my friend." So I was like,
In that order.
"You're
It's not
right.
about being friends.
Yes,
I'm not. I'm your brother.
Joy
My
having
job
a
is to
lesbian
protect you
niece, I ain't have to
from
worry
you doing
about beating
stupid
up
shit
boyfriend.
and beat up your next
They
boyfriend."
have so much
So,
drama.
But
And that
then,
don't-
I don't have
relationships.
to deal with it because they can handle it themselves. There's some drama going
I'm
on,
about
but
to
I ain't gotta
say
deal with it.
because it's drama in all
mean-
different types of relationships.
I got my popcorn ready.
I mean, it's one of those things. I remember coming home from work, and my sister was doing.
Yeah.
One of our
I
neighbors.
mean, it's one of those things. I
who's very
remember.
close with us.
I remember coming home from work,
Nephew's hair.
and
And
my sister was doing
At 9 o'clock when I get in the house,
one of our neighbors
Monday Night World comes
who's
on,
very
I'm gonna
close
watch
with
that.
us.
That's what I do.
Nephew's hair,
So I walked in there,
and
I
At
looked.
9 o'clock, when I get in the house,
She was downstairs doing this.
Monday
hair.
Night Raw comes on, I want to watch wrestling.
I looked at
That's
my
what I
watch.
do. That's what I do. I've been doing. So I walked in there.
And I was like, oh,
I looked.
cuz, you gotta go.
She was
Yeah,
downstairs
see,
doing this
when
hair.
you look at your watch. That's when
I
you-
looked at my
when you
watch
think,
because I'm an asshole.
What's the time?
You used to.
And I was
And,
like,
and my sister was offended
Cuz,
by
you
it.
gotta go.
She said, what? I was like, she said, can I just finish this one braid? I was like,
he was still.
no.
And then my sister was
And
offended
she
by
was
it.
like, why?
She said,
I was like,
she's like,
let me give you a time frame of what you should have
What?
did
I said-
and what. And what
she said, can I
and what
just
should
finish this one braid?
I
was
said,
like,
I am out this house
No.
between
And
8.
she was
I
like,
said, I
why?
work 8
I was
hours.
like, let me give you
So,
a time
it
frame
takes
of
me
what
an hour
you
to get
should
to
have
work,
did
an hour
and
to come.
what should have happened.
He said, correct.
I said, I am out
yes.
this house.
Which means you had
Between
10 hours
I said, I work 8
to do
hours.
this nigga's hair.
So it takes me an
Within
hour to
them
get to
10
work and an
hours.
hour to get to home.
You should have
He said,
finished that
correct.
last
I
braid
said, yes.
or the other
Which
side.
means
of
you
the hair.
had 10 hours.
You failed.
to
When
do
I
this
walked,
nigga's
the
hair.
only nigga that walked through this
Within
door
them 10 hours,
at this time of night,
you should have finished
is
that
me
last braid or the other
and me.
side of his head. You failed. When I
That's the
walked,
only
the only
person.
nigga that walked through this
And
door at this
she-
time of
she-
night
Flashback.
is me.
she proceeded to tell my
and
mother,
me.
and she ran upstairs to tell my mother.
That's the only
She said-
person.
She said,
And
"Ma, you
she-
told me you had to
she-
go."
She proceeded to tell my mother,
I said, "Ma,
and she ran
Yeah, my
upstairs to tell my
mom-
mother, and she said,
the most
like, "Ma,
classic,
he told me he had to
neutral
go."
Switzerland thing." She was like, "I ain't in it. Do it. What
She
your
said,
brother
"Ma."
say?"
And my mom,
He said, "You gotta go."
the most
My
classic,
mom was like, "Oh, gosh."
neutral Switzerland thing. She was like, I ain't in it. Do
Huh?
what you
Some-
want.
You said
Sometimes-
triggered him, and now he drinking.
You gotta go.
So my mom,
Sometimes when
my
you're
mom
getting
was
your
like,
hair
"Oh,
done,
gosh."
you gotta get your hair done, man.
He's picking up another bottle.
Just saying.
That means somebody put you out
Yeah.
before.
Nah, they tried.
So my mom,
Who was what?
I was getting my head done
By who?
by a young lady that was doing my head.
And who was trying to put you out?
Some, I don't know who the fuck it was. It was some nigga. I was high. I ain't give a fuck. But I wasn't going nowhere until I got my motherfucking head done. And it turned into a situation. And let's just say it didn't turn out well for him. I finished getting my head done.
Turned out well with me. I made you go ask it out.
And it triggered you, and his story triggered you, and you had
Just
to take
because,
another drink.
yeah, because it was funny. I was just thinking about it. I was like, damn,
turned out
that
well
was,
for me. I
that
made
was
his
wild.
little
Man.
ass get out.
Who did the dude?
Oh, he got fucked up. And I fucked his sister. I just had to. It was GP. If you gonna make an issue out of it, I'm gonna put the exclamation point on it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up, and I'm gonna fuck your sister. So what the problem is? I'm just because sometimes you gotta put your foot on a nigga throat. Let him know you ain't shit. Your mom ain't shit. Your daddy ain't shit. So stop acting like you shit. Cause these motherfuckers nowadays act like they built like motherfucking Hulk Hogan.
Nigga, that wasn't nowadays. That was about 10 years ago.
But no, but
And you getting your hair braided, we know that wasn't recent.
no, it wasn't. That was about 14, 15 years ago. But
No
that ain't
shade,
but that ain't the
but I
point.
mean-
It's then went downhill since then. That's the point that I'm
No,
making.
no, nigga, you said nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, nowadays niggas is some bitches right now. They was bitches then too.
No, nigga, you said
They just more
nowadays.
bitches
You ain't
now. They
have
wearing
it
skinny
now.
jeans.
How did we get the skin?
You should have known we was gonna get this.
Because you gotta think about it, dog. When we came up, skinny jeans, straight leg jeans was something we clowned.
Did not have on skinny jeans.
I done beat up a couple niggas with skinny jeans because they
Now,
couldn't
the
move.
nigga
Cause
who there who got mad because you was braiding your sister.
that ain't my. He jumped out there.
The nigga you
It
beat
ain't
up
my
did not
fault.
have on skinny jeans.
He had on tight. He had on tight
The nigga
jeans.
who there who got mad 'cause he was braiding his sister.
That's what I'm saying. He was a bitch. He had on skinny. He had on tight jeans. He deserved to get his ass beat. And then he was talking shit, so that was doubly to get his ass whipped. He had to learn a lesson that day.
And then he sexed his sister while he was in another room.
Nah, it was like later on, but I still fucked her. But the point is,
Was he asleep?
I don't know. I didn't give a fuck.
And then
What was he gonna do? I beat his ass already. Was he gonna come in there? And then you get beat with a nigga that's butt naked. That's even worse.
Oh my God.
With a nigga butt naked?
Yep, he would have.
Hey, man.
Have you ever beat somebody up butt naked?
Not that I recall. Not that I
The
recall.
fact that you did not say no is a
Look,
problem.
look.
That's
Okay.
a problem.
So, that's a yes or no question.
That's the problem. That you cannot answer that question.
I've been in some sticky situations before, alright?
Okay.
I don't
So,
recall.
That's a yes or a no
You
question.
say no.
No.
Like, you should either say yes or no.
That's one of those questions that should be in between.
Nigga, just
It's
you
certain
should
questions
say
that I
no.
can't answer with a straight no, yes or no answer. I've lived a crazy life, I
That's
told
a
you.
problem for that
That's
question.
that's
You know
that's
that,
one of those
right?
questions that should be
The
in
fact
between.
that you're not sure. Have you ever been in a fight naked?
That's a problem for that question. You know that, right?
Define naked.
The fact that you're
Totally naked. Boxes and wife beater. What are we talking?
Butt naked. Have you ever been in a fight butt naked?
No, I ain't never been in a fight butt naked. I don't think.
You had socks on?
Did I?
What do you mean you don't think?
Have you ever been in a fight by
That you should know.
The fact that he cannot answer that.
I'm trying to think. I had some wild nights.
Nigga, you should know.
What do you mean you don't think?
Like, real talk.
There was some nights in Annapolis down in Crownsville. I don't recall everything that happened. And I told you I was in some different shit back then.
Like, real talk then. It's,
You know what? I don't even want to
I'm gonna be real with you. I can say I have not been in a fight butt naked. I've never done that.
Yeah,
you know, I don't even want to know the rest of you.
That's good. I can make that definitive statement. I cannot make that definitive statement at this point, right?
Oh my god.
I told you I've lived a complicated life.
Clearly.
that's,
And he really sitting here thinking, oh, you know,
no,
I am not a liar.
That's a
I'm
big
going to
problem.
tell you the truth.
now, my head.
I might have, you know.
So wait, did I have socks on?
Well, the fact,
Dog,
I'm like, was it a fight or was it a verbal altercation?
I might have, you know.
so you argue with a nigga butt up on it.
Yeah, some.
That's not good either.
I mean, it was like her apartment, but I was there. I don't
And
remember.
her man came
So
in.
you
Her
argue
friend.
with a nigga but about
While
it.
you were sexing him, sexing her.
In the process of starting to.
Oh, and then you didn't get dressed. You argued with the nigga while you was in your drawers.
I'm closing
While
another
you were
room.
sexing him.
Couldn't get
Sexing
to him
her.
fast enough.
So what did you tell the nigga?
And then you didn't get dressed. You argued with the nigga while you was in your drawers.
I think we just ended up
Fighting.
No, we ended up
So
smoking a
what
J
did you tell the
together.
nigga?
Did you still hear this girl?
Yeah.
Yep.
I told you I was a politician back then. I could talk my way out of anything.
Yeah.
I wasn't shit. I am shit
You
now.
still hear this girl?
I am
You are some never.
You are a new form of diarrhea, nigga.
Nigga, you ain't shit.
Call me Pepto, nigga.
You are a loose form of diarrhea. You are a
This
loose
is
form of
something you should
diarrhea.
never be
nigga.
proud of. Shit did you do?
I told you.
I'm,
should
I'm
never
rolling
be
my
proud.
face.
I'm proud of because
When you
it's made me
said
a
that-
better man than what I
When you
used to
said
be.
that,
This
all
is
I
something
did
you
was
should never be
think,
proud of. This is some shit you do,
Like,
CP3.
you really wanna
You
be
should never be
associated with
proud.
I'm just saying, I went through that transformation to make me to the man I am today.
Oh, okay. Look at you trying to flip it to a positive. That's
No,
cute.
because I had to go through those trials and tribulations
You
and
had
do
to-
that foul
you
shit.
had to argue
I had to
with people,
fornicate and
but
do those
naked.
fuck. Yeah, I had to do those fucked up things to get to where I am right
Here
now.
you go. Here you go. He's like, he about to cry. Stop the field.
I'm about to play some music and then we're gonna end the show because I was going to have to.
I told y'all it's gonna be wild, baby.
CP3. We're
Exclusive
about to play
Renegade all
some
on
music
me,
and then
y'all.
we're gonna end this show because I don't know what the fuck to say after this shit. Exclusive Renegade all on me, y'all.
Oh, it'd be so fucking nice.
Or non-stories. The fact that he can't give.
Somebody think about you exactly.
I'm not sure.
I don't think we fought.
I think so.
I think we just
It
smoked
might
a
have
J.
been just verbal altercation.
Yeah, just had a discussion.
Not
Might have got a little heated, but it was just discussion.
It up with these brokers, that's my safe word. All these bitches be a drug, that's my game word. I be such a big star, but they go down left, yeah. Back to them days that you just can't pay. Every day's a pain, yeah. Over that side, yeah. Walk the left way, don't care what you say, yeah. On the way, word. No, I like 2 or 3, I'll make a better way. I can never trust no dog, never give up what I got. I just put up on a dog that I put up off the line. You can never know my day, only thing you in my way. Oh, it's acting like a boss, every time I took a loss. So it's me, she already, she been watching me kind of bad, I'm with the cheese. I just push that way and make a $100. I just want the money, can I in a piece? All on me, it's all on me. I just touched that lady and let her go to me. Yeah, I had to go and get away.
Yeah. So I think because we, sometimes we haven't had Renegade over here yet.
Yeah, you
I
gotta sit
think
with
when I
that.
finally get Renegade over here, I'm gonna do something special. I think I'm gonna let him do
I think because we,
Yeah, you gotta send me
we
that
haven't had
joint.
Renegade
I
over
gotta
here
get that
yet.
joint to 808. That's
I
a
think
club
when I
banger right
finally
there.
get Renegade over here,
That's a club banger
I'm gonna do
right
something
there,
special.
bro.
I think I'm gonna let him do it like
That's
a
the new
mini
joint.
process.
Yeah, you need to send me that. Cause I gotta link up with 808. I got that. That's a club banger right there. Strip club and regular club.
That's the new joint.
Get back to me.
But that it just got that vibe to it. The Get Back, I like the Get Back. I like that. But this got the feel that it's like some songs you can tell that that joint right there. They hear that joint, the club gonna
Said the
turn.
club and the strip.
Yeah, the club it can hit both platforms.
Just
I mean, you're gonna make me have to call that nigga the strip club and try to get him to spin that. Yeah, I want to see him try to go to pole with that joint. Follow me.
Why is that?
It's all on me, not follow.
What nigga I can do, man? Nigga, let me do me. Shit. Let me be in my world.
That's
Shit.
her, huh?
That's what I heard. Let me be in my world. Shit. Follow me down the pole. You know, it all works together. Shit.
Even though that ain't what he said.
It don't make a difference.
It made
This is CP3 edit.
it made
This is
sense to you.
CP3 remix.
It made
Yeah,
sense to
yeah,
you.
you're fucking right. It's a CP3
And then he
remix.
fell. I mean,
And then she
came
fell down the pole. Yeah.
Yeah, she fell down the pole.
It's a CP3 remix. God damn it. Don't fuck with my shit.
Fell down the pole.
Slid down, fell down. Anyway, the ass hit the ground. That's all I know. You started it.
Because I was like, yeah, because she fell. And he was like, yeah, she fell down the
She
pole.
fell. She hit the ground. I seen the ass jiggle. That's all I know.
She fell
need to go to
off the
church
ground
next
when she
Sunday.
hit it.
I just saw the ass. I don't know about her.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If somebody say this and they fall off the pole, it's your fault.
They shouldn't be on the pole in the first place. They fault. How's that my fault? They know it's a dangerous activity. How's it my fault you fall playing the song?
Just like, you know,
Buckle up, bitch.
You know what? We need to end this.
if they fall, it's your fault.
How's my fault?
You know what?
The pole was
We need
slippery.
to end this monster.
And the light got in their eyes.
Like that.
Gravity. It's my fault.
You
CP3, what you got going on
Oh
tomorrow?
shit. I'm sending some cards.
Besides rehab, nigga.
CP3, what
Oh
you
shit.
got
He said
going
he
on
open
tomorrow?
clothes. Look, where you gonna be working tomorrow?
Be at 2450 Crane Highway,
Besides
Waldorf,
rehab,
Home.
nigga.
Please come down and holler at me because I'd love to sell you a car. You know, bad credit, no credit, good credit. Come holler at me. We get the job done. 2450 Crane Highway, Waldorf, Maryland. Come holler at your boy.
Turn the switch back on.
Yeah, you gotta be professional. That's the switch. Come on,
That's
baby.
why I do it every
I
time.
know
you
be
don't
fucking
think
with
he
me and
like,
shit like that, man. I
calm
don't
down,
feel like
too.
getting straight right now. Maybe be all right and shit. Tomorrow night, Sports of the Hill podcast starting 9 o'clock. As always, we'll be recapping the Caps week. They went 1-1. took a loss to Philadelphia yesterday, 2-1. I didn't get a chance to check the game out, but I will be looking at the footage of it and looking forward to next week. They're still in 4th place in the Metro, still trying to make some moves. They lost to the Rangers also, so they went 0-2 this past week. So last week they went 2-0, they went 0-2 this week. Also, the combine for the NFL starts this weekend. We're going to coordinate with Dujanay so we can coordinate with. Hey man, 3 syllables, baby. Going to coordinate with Dujanay after the all of the combine and everything. Do the off-season preview for the Washington football team, the Commanders. I'm used to calling them the football team now, but I got to start calling them the Commanders. But as always, going to have our off-season preview for what we think coming up free agency. It's a key off-season for this team moving forward. A lot of key decisions. They're in good position under the cap, about $36 million under the cap. From what I'm hearing, the cap is going to go up to about $235 million. They're looking to get a quarterback. I'm hearing Russell Wilson is on the radar, and they've opened up some non-official communications because it's before the official trade deadline, trade opening day, I should say, and they don't want to get hit with tampering charges. But it's going to be an interesting offseason. Deron Payne, I'm hearing, might be possibly on the trade market after Jonathan Allen got that great extension and showed and proved why he deserved that extension last year. Tim Settle is coming up for unrestricted free agency, so I don't want to get too much into it, but we're definitely going to break all of that down with the off-season preview. And tomorrow night also we'll have, I guess, the Olympics recap along with the Wizards talk with the NBA roundtable. I'm not sure how their week went, but the way they've been playing lately, I'm sure they're still sucking at the bottom of the division after they started off so well. I don't know what happened. I'm thinking Bradley Beal might be on the trade block. I'm hearing rumors of him going to the Lakers. Ever since he came back, the team just hasn't been in sync. They've looked horrible. I was actually watching them at the beginning of the season, and I don't even watch NBA, and I'll just say I haven't watched any of the games because they've been sucking lately.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the same thing. They don't play defense, and I'm like, until you start playing defense, I'm a defensive guy. If you're not gonna play defense, I'm not gonna waste my time sitting here watching you run back and forth up the court and seeing people shoot threes on you left and right, and you're losing leads.
Well, unfortunately, that's the direction of the NBA in general.
And that's why I watch the WNBA. But well, that too. But I mean, they're actually fundamentals still in the game. They play defense. About half and half, you know, as long as it's wet. The shot, that is. But what? I said the shot.
The fundamentals of the vagina.
Such a horrible individual.
I said the shot. I was talking about the shot wet.
The what?
The shot.
Nah.
But yeah, then we're gonna be taking well, not yet, but we coming up on the 7th anniversary, 6th season of Sports OTHP in March. So we'll be taking our spring break soon and coming in for season 7, probably at the end of March, beginning of April. I'm coordinating with Robbie right now, see what we want to do. I'm also still coordinating with we always have a huge guest in any season. I'm working on a certain DC sports media personality to get on our show. I'm not dropping any names yet because I haven't officially closed the deal yet. But be on the lookout for another, great interview with another important sports media person. I'm still working on Alice Ovechkin. It's a hard interview to get, but it's my dream. I'm going to make it happen, goddamn.
Oh, all right.
So be on the lookout, Sports OTHP. Go check out the website, sportsothp.com. Check out all the insight, all of the shows, all of the highlight videos, all of our podcasts and partners, the apparel line. Hit me up for inbox me for the hats. You can hit the apparel line for the t-shirts. Hit me up for the apparel, the Sports OTHP apparel t-shirts with the Air Acoustic brand. What else? Let's see what else I got. Oh yeah, hit me up for the identity theft or utility bill savings. I got the hook up on that also. I'm just an entrepreneur Negro. Just hit me up if you're trying to save some money because I can make that shit happen.
You a what?
Entrepreneur Negro.
Wait, that ain't how you said it the last time, but go ahead.
I'm an entrepreneur Negro. Just hashtag CP3. Google me. You'll find me. Simple as that.
Remember that song?
What that is?
Google me.
Yeah, and it's official for me. That's why I love saying that shit. Google me. Who are you? Don't worry about it. I'm a superstar. You just don't know it yet. What?
Nothing.
Just saying.
Nothing, sunshine.
Yeah. I'm still going my pinky out.
You said what now?
I'm still going my pinky out.
Because you drinking sweet tea?
Nothing, sunshine.
And you tripled.
Lady,
I did not
You made me
any
triple.
of that.
You made me triple.
Lady Antoinette, what you got going on?
Well,
Making me
next week I
triple.
will have my
Lady,
review
Any of that.
location
Lady Antoinette, what you got
coming
going
out.
on
Doing
this
some
week?
plans this week.
Well, come next week, I will have my
What?
Huh? What kind of
What?
plan?
I have some plans, and I will come back with a review next week.
Review of what?
You gotta wait till next
An
week.
establishment that I'm going to.
I have some plans, and I will come back.
Okay, is that all right with you?
Is it just for the weekend or?
What?
You gotta wait till next week.
I'm just saying.
I'm going somewhere,
Mhm.
and I'll come back with my review on this establishment. I might even bring gifts. Yay.
You know what?
Commissary? I mean, oh, yeah.
Going
The
somewhere.
commissary.
I mean, you said you was going away for the weekend.
I
you
didn't
know.
say anything. I'm going away for the weekend.
Yeah, okay. I was just checking.
Is that what you heard?
No, cause last time my boy went away
Somebody get that man a
for.
bottle of water.
I'm just saying, last time my boy went away for the weekend, he was, going inside.
So you think I'm getting locked up?
I
Get that man a
don't know what
bottle.
you do in your
And I'm gonna
pastime.
come
Somebody
I
get
don't know what
that
you be
man a
doing in your
bottle of
pastime. You be carrying concealed weapons and such. I don't know.
So you think I'm getting locked up and then I'll be back on the weekend?
I mean, what's happening to my boy?
You know that's backwards, right? People get
They-
locked up for the weekend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And
He
then
was
they go
going
to
the
work.
weekend. He was going in the weekend. Yeah, you
So
said
why
he was
am I
going for
here?
the
How am I
weekend.
here right now?
Well, you said next weekend. That might be your time to serve. I
No,
don't
I'm gonna
know.
be here next week.
Oh, you getting out?
That's what. Something is really wrong with you. Something is really wrong with you. You are not comprehending a thing today. You do not. Every person we take, you are not comprehending. I am not getting locked up. See, that's how rumors get started. I am not going away for the weekend.
I'm just asking a question. That's all. This getting
And then what kind
perfect.
of friends do you have that telling you they going away for the weekend and they got locked up?
Because he had a DUI. He had a DUI.
So he
He drove during the week. On the weekends, he served his time. Yeah.
I've heard of that,
Yeah,
yeah.
I had to drop him off. I didn't know what was going on. He's like, yeah, you take me up to Marlboro. I'm like, okay. And we going toward the jail. He's like, yeah, pull in here. Like, what's going on? Like, oh yeah, dog, I gotta serve for the weekends. I got like 3 DUIs. Like, oh, okay.
3. Wow.
But they allowed him to keep it because he had child support, so they allowed him to do it. Yeah.
Other than that, the state.
You know who it was.
I'm not dealing with you. I'm not supporting nobody, dude.
I ain't gonna say his name one day because he was a good dude. I think he might have passed away.
Oh my goodness.
You're not sure?
I don't know. He might have drunk himself in the early grave, honestly. Because that's what he was in it for DUI. I tried to talk. Me and my dad tried to talk to him, and he just didn't stop. And I remember a cookout he came to, and he fell in the cooler twice. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, nigga fell in the cooler twice. He's like, nah, dog, don't do it. Shit. This nigga fell in the cooler again. He was off the corn, too.
You need a nap.
Oh, the good old days.
What? Now he's saying that's the good old days.
That was, man. Laughs like that, you can't get back.
Well, this upcoming weekend, I will not be locked up. Will not be in jail. Okay. I will be.
That's a good
I will
thing.
be going to an establishment. Okay, and then I will come back on Sunday. Because I'm not gonna be locked up, right?
All right.
Took that
We
to
hope-
Okay. And then what you say?
We hope so.
On Sunday.
I'm not sure. we two different people. You know that, right?
And then, what you say?
Okay.
He touched my bellies, motherfucker.
I'm not sure.
Anyway, I'll give you. Not a gift.
Okay.
I may even have gifts.
Gifts.
You know, those are gifts.
Gifts.
Next
Yes.
week we'll have a guest. The guest we supposed to have this week will be calling
The young lady who was scheduled, we sent out condolences.
Next week we'll
She
have a
had
guest.
family, that's why she didn't-
The guest we supposed to have this week, he'll be calling in.
I can know.
The young lady who was
Pray to you and your
scheduled,
family.
we sent out condolences. Honestly, she had death in her family. That's why she wasn't able to do it.
About it. I mean, outside of CP3 ratchetness.
Man, we gotta, you know, we join when you play in the wild,
I
man.
mean,
That's why you probably ain't got it on there because you had to switch
you
computer.
know, outside of
That
CP3
riff,
ratchetness.
I listen to
I
that.
ain't got
right
that
there.
shit.
I know that's
And
what
you know
it's
why? And I ain't got that shit. And you know why? I ain't
That's why I say I know.
Then
Yeah.
you know, it ain't gonna make. Ain't gonna,
Yeah, I ain't
buzz.
played it. I ain't
And
played
you
in a
know why?
while
And
either.
I ain't got that shit.
We gotta
You
play
know
it.
why?
The other night on your show.
I did.
So-
Oh yes,
so-
right there. I didn't play it in a
Yeah,
while. I played
yeah.
that other night.
Saying
I
it
still
on
like
air
that
ain't gonna
joint,
make
though.
I
gonna
like
budge,
it too,
nigga.
but I ain't playing that shit.
Yeah.
You know why?
Nigga, you
Fuck
played it
that
the
though.
other night on your
But
show.
the song was cool though.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
I
network
like
with
it too,
people
but I ain't playing that shit, and you know why.
who associate with people who do bad business.
Song is
So,
cool, but I
I'm not
can't.
going to do that.
I can't
So as much
network
as
with
I like
people
that song,
who
um,
associate with people who do.
if I have to
bad
go through
business.
those people to reach out
So
to actually
I'm
get
not
them on the
going
show
to
and
do
stuff
that.
like that.
So
I'm
as
not
much as
doing
I like
Oh,
that
yeah.
song,
That's bad business.
Oh yeah.
And, you know, 2 B's in a bucket. Fuck.
if
Yeah,
I
we
have
ain't
to go
doing
through
that.
those people to
Mm.
reach out
As
to
I
actually get them on the
say,
show and
Yeah.
stuff like
I
that,
can't even
I'm not
say
doing
this
that because
really
that person does
without
bad
sounding
business,
cocky
and you know, 2
arrogant
B's in the
or
bucket.
an
Fuck.
asshole. I don't suck no nigga dick.
You know,
And I'm not
as
gonna
I say,
come at a person who do.
and I can't even
who
say
do
this
shady
really
shit
without
and be like,
sounding
oh, I like these
cocky and
people
arrogant
who get
or an asshole.
when
I
know
don't
that
suck
you
no
shady.
nigga dick,
You have bad.
and I'm not
If your
gonna
integrity is bad,
come at a
then I
person
can't.
who do shady shit and be like, oh, well, I like these people
True
because you
that.
get
True
them
that.
more when I
Got a
know
couple
that you
partners
shady.
on the
If you
sports
have
side
bad,
that I had to cut off
if
for
your
that same
integrity
shit.
is bad,
So, I mean,
then
that's
I
just
can't,
me
I
though.
can't
Because
rock with you.
if you ask me, it's either I can or I can't. If I can do it for you, I'm gonna tell you.
So
If
I mean,
can't,
that's
I'ma
just me
tell
though,
you.
because if
So,
you
I
ask
have an
me,
integrity about whatever we do.
it's either
Um,
I can or
I
I
believe
can't.
in at the bar. Like
If I can do it for you, I'm gonna
this is
tell
my
you.
life,
If I
this is
can't,
my
I'm gonna
brand,
tell you.
What I do to keep me sane.
So I have an
throughout the
integrity
madness
about whatever
of
we
the
do.
week. If a
I
person
believe in at
who
the bar. Like this is
comes in and
this is my life. This is
challenges
my brand.
that
This is what I do to
or
keep me
changes the
sane
status quo
throughout
of it,
the madness of,
like,
of
I'm
the
not
week.
gonna- I just can't do business.
If a person who
Right, this is the
comes in and
Oh yeah.
challenges
And
that,
unfortunately,
or
with that,
changes
you
the
can
status
have-
quo of it, like
And
I'm not.
I don't know them gentlemen
I just can't do
personally.
business like that.
I think
Right,
they're
this
very
is
good
about-
talent. But like I said, if I
And
have to go
unfortunately
through
with
that
that,
toll
we have
road,
casual.
I'm not paying that toll. Fuck that
And
shit.
I don't know them
Yeah.
gentlemen personally.
Need to piggyback
I
off
think
of
they,
that.
I think
off
they're
of
very
some
good talent.
recent stuff that
But
I
like I
saw.
said, if I have to go
Going
through
down with a
that
certain
toll road, I'm not paying that
Washington
toll. Fuck that
Commanders ex super fan, whatever you want to call it. One of the people that I used to associate with in the podcasting game has been, I guess you say, canceled by the team that they basically banned him from all events from coming to the stadium. And I've had some folks hit me up and ask me about our so-called connection. Let this just be said. I'm my own entity in the sports media game. I don't associate or link myself to anybody that's already in this sports media game for whatever reason they're in it, personal gain or whatever they got going on. If I've done shows with certain people, it was because it was advantageous to me at the time in the position that I was in. But I've officially partnered with no one. So if anyone is spreading stuff on certain social media platforms that I'm associated with them or I'm making moves with them, please disregard that because it's bullshit. I'm not going to name any names because he wants more pub and I'm not going to give it to him. But I've had a couple people hit me up on Twitter and a couple other social media platforms saying this person was saying that I was in the works with doing some production with them. There was a rumor of that years ago, but after some shut went down, I decided to go the other way. So please don't associate my brand, Sports OTHP, True Radio Network, with that other person's brand. And I said I would address this on the show tomorrow night also. So just putting that out there to the folks that's tuning in tonight. I'm going to address it tomorrow night also. just because they've been banned from the Washington football, Commanders, doesn't mean that I don't have that same access. So
I mean, whatever they made their bet to do the line, like mine.
pretty much. So just because they're putting that out there, because we were cool, a few years ago,
Whatever they made their bet to do.
don't believe that bullshit.
I mean, maintain your brand. Do what you got.
Yeah, so I just want to put that out there on this platform. I know I got some folks tuning in from on my other channels, but yeah, like I said, I'm not naming no names because I'm not feeding into the bullshit. Nah, because then I know what's going to happen, and that's going to feed into what he wants. He's going to try to come at me, and you know me, I'm not going to back down. And no, it's not even worth it because
we ain't got to talk sports. We just go
well, he's killed himself, and this is what I told him when we were thinking about partnering up. Yeah, he shot himself in the foot. You tried to play big. You went up against some bigger assholes than you, and they used race and played you out of it. You can only take your hat off and say, well played, because you played it, and I told you don't play the game.
So, true. I'll tell you what I want to do. A gentleman who I thought had beef with us actually reached out.
True.
So I'm not gonna play one of his
I'll tell you what I
tracks.
want to do. A gentleman who I thought had beef with us.
Okay.
Reached out.
He reached out.
So I'm actually gonna play one of his
He
tracks.
was unhappy about something a little while ago. As I told him,
he had a performance. He reached out. He was unhappy about something.
That's
a while ago.
That's cool too. Like I'm not. To understand artists. Like when I play your music, no one's paying me.
But if you don't want to fuck with us,
anything like that.
And we was supporting your music. That's cool too. Like I'm not. So understand artists. Like when I play your music, no one's paying me.
One of my favorite movies is The Negotiator, and the reason why is because I don't negotiate.
I don't fuck with you.
Like if you don't fuck with me, I'm gonna tell you, okay, cool. If a person comes to me,
one of my
and
favorite
me
movies is The Negotiator. And the reason why is because I don't negotiate.
Like I'm not going to.
Like if you don't fuck with me, I'm gonna tell you.
I'm not the guy that's gonna need to find out.
If a person comes to me and they tell me they hate my guts,
yeah, I appreciate it.
And I'm gonna go for it.
Like
yeah,
I'm not
appreciate
going
the heads up.
I'm not the guy that's gonna need to find out why you hate my guts. I'm gonna accept the fact that you told me. And
as I like to encourage artists, I told him nice work.
But the other night he sent me a video of him having a live performance.
That just showed me,
as I like to encourage artists, I told him nice work, and it was nice work. So I don't have to bullshit him about that.
The integrity of this show, and the integrity of the people.
But that just showed me
my primary concern.
He understood something.
If you don't like something that we don't do, you can't.
The integrity of this show and the integrity of the people on this show is my primary concern. If you don't like something that we don't do,
if you want to clearly, if you can't address it, being played that you don't like,
never
or something like that. Like I do 90% of the booking, and I play 90% of the music, so you can blame me.
If you want to clearly, if a song is being played that you don't like, or something like that. Like I do 90% of the booking and I play 90% of the music. So
but he did.
You can blame me.
He reached out, had a good performance.
It is what it is.
And so I was like, cool. Okay.
I ain't gonna lose.
In a good headspace, we'll play your music.
So, but he did. He, like I said, he reached out, had a good performance.
That's cool too.
And
just don't play the music.
So I was like, cool, okay.
The thing about that is,
we'll
after a while, if you don't fuck with us, I don't need to keep your music in my email. And I just
the thing about that is after a while,
2 or 3 years, you fooled me.
If you don't fuck with me, I don't need to keep your music in my email.
Just to piggyback off of that,
if
you don't fuck with him,
cool with me again. Be like, yo, you gonna play
you
that
don't
song?
fuck with me. And the sad thing is I'm keyed into some of the hottest DJs in the DMV right now that can get your shit spun in the club. I actually have my little bro that plays at a club where a local radio station broadcasts live on a certain night that he's DJing.
I mean, it's like this. I just don't, and you know this, I'm about to play this song, but I know a lot of people that podcast.
I mean, it's like this.
I'm in the podcast. So
I just don't.
There are plenty of people that hit me up that are starting their podcast.
But I know a lot of people that podcast.
And I share the music.
I'm in the podcast.
Unselfishly.
So
like, I don't
there are plenty of people that hit me up that are starting their podcast and be like, I need some music to play.
I know people,
and I share the music like unselfishly.
Like, real talk.
Like I don't just keep all the hot
If
artists
we
to
combine
myself.
all the people that all three of us know,
I know
we know
DJs.
like literally
I know
80
people
to 90% of the movers.
you know, like real talk.
Pretty much.
If we combine all the people
Like,
that all
we
three
just
of
don't
us
brag
know, we
about
know like literally
Right.
80
Like,
to 90% of.
if you name a hot
the
nigga,
shakers in
I
the
might have worked with him more than likely. You know,
like we just
like
don't
right
brag
now,
about it.
and
like
if
you name a hot nigga, I might have worked with him
that
more
show
than likely.
when it was on Rock.
You know,
When the year it won an award,
like right
Titan
now,
Arts Award, I was the
and
main engineer.
like in house with Howie. Like I actually helped produce that show
and
when it was on.
my
Rock.
man partnered
When
with them
the
with-
year
to
it won
help
an
them bring
award, a
Luke
Titan
down.
Arts Awards, I was the main engineer
You know,
of
and
that
as
show.
they grow and stuff, like we're partnering with a lot
and
of people who do a lot of
My
shit
man
with
partnered in
B&B.
them with to
Like,
help them
chances
bring
are we
Luke
know the
down
top
here.
promoter. Chances are we know.
You know,
we may
and
not
as
know
they
the
grow
band,
and
but we
stuff,
may know
like
the
we're
people
partnering
who actually
with
put
a
the
lot
money
of people
behind
who
who
do a
put the
lot of
band
shit in
in.
the DMV. Like chances are we
on
know
that
the top
level.
promoter. Chances
So,
are we know we may
it's
not know the band,
wise
but
to
we may know the
network.
people who actually put the money
It's
behind
unwise
and put
to
the
be
band in.
egotistical.
On that level.
You know what I mean?
So it's wise to network
because
it's
what
unwise
your level
to be,
is
to be
and what
egotistical.
and my level is something maybe totally different.
You know what I mean?
And who are the people I know?
Because
and once again,
what your level is and my level is something maybe totally
motherfucker
different.
don't like me, he just don't like me.
And who are the people I know?
I ain't gonna lose sleep.
And
You
once
know what I
again,
know? You gonna take a drink.
Yeah,
this
you
is
know how
me
much,
in
you know
real
how much
life.
we give a fuck if you
Motherfucker
like
don't
us or
like me,
not.
just don't like me.
About that much.
I ain't gonna lose sleep.
Because,
You do what I know. I'm gonna take a drink.
I mean, you know, that right there between the two nails right there, that's about it right there. Because
they don't.
yeah, because honestly, if you're not helping me progress, if you're not putting food in my stomach, a roof over my head, and money in my pocket, I can give 2 fucks about what you think about me, and I can give 3 fucks about what you say about me, because 9 out of 10 you won't say it to my face. So, I mean, you can do what you do. You can talk that shit. You can jump on social media and do them, you know, them lives. But just when you see me in person, just remember, you the motherfucker that crossed the street, because you didn't want that work. You the motherfucker that had people coming to me asking me to forgive you for some shit that you did.
You sound real close.
Yeah, because it's some shit going on social media that my name that got linked into that I peeped up on Twitter in the football community, and I'm clearing the air on this show as I'm going to do on my show tomorrow night. So, yeah, he made his bed. He played his fuckboy role. I'm not a fuckboy. I got over a decade in this game. So don't link me to shit. If it ain't come out my mouth, if it ain't come out my website or my pages, it wasn't me. So if anybody else slide in my inbox with some bullshit, there will be consequences and motherfucking repercussions. I'm a grown ass man, dog. I done built my brand for a reason. I'm not gonna be drugged down by some fuckboy that can't keep his mouth shut and take shit personal. It's a business. That's what I do. Fuck you and have a good night.
Alright, this vibe Williams, baby.
Take shit personal. It's a business. That's what I do. Fuck you and have a good night.
Alright, this vibe Williams lately.
Next. Always got my head on swivel. Getting old.